video with it. Testing.
Poo. That's why it's working.
Testing.
I think. Oh no. Uh-oh.
Testing.
How do I turn it?
Testing. Poo. That's why it's working. Testing.
Oh, no. We're gonna turn all of it off.
Oh god. All right. Oh god, that probably sounded awful. I'm honestly really sorry to everyone that had to listen to that.
Well, at least we know audio is working.
All right, please give us a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear us.
Give us a dab. Give us a dab up.
Does anyone know where the dab emoji is? I always look for it. I can never find it.
Oh, another day.
Two little boys on our little Macs.
You might be wondering, what are we talking about today? The answer is, I don't know.
I thought you were going to come up with something brilliant there.
You tell me. How about you tell me?
I feel like we're a little skewed. I think we need to move. Wait, do I need to move a little bit this way? Oh, no.
That kind of works.
You need to move a little bit to your right. Actually, you know what? Instead of us moving, we could tilt the camera.
There you go. How's that?
How are we all doing? Let me get into this chat real quick.
I don't know why we've lost viewers, idiots.
How dare you?
It's your fault.
If you stayed and stared at that image, you're a real one.
How good is that image?
That's the power of AI, guys.
What do you think? What do you think of that one?
Who is who? That's the real question.
I'm definitely the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Talk about
That's
EV
what you
resale
are.
values. Why? You want the electric vehicle council to come after me? Nick? Is that what you want?
They're worse than Hell's Angels.
All right.
All right.
I don't know if I can handle that
No.
on a Saturday.
No.
Someone knocking at my door.
How do I see this this live chat, my friend?
I got no idea. Go content maybe?
Why are we so incompetent?
We need
Why are we so
we
incompetent?
need moderators. That's what we actually need.
We need actual employees for the channel. All right.
I've opened it up. I can
Did ya?
see us. Yeah.
Oh, you've just gone on the live stream.
Yeah, whatever.
That'll do. It might be a bit delayed, guys, but
Your left and right channels are swapped. Oh no, is it coming through as
God.
mono?
yeah.
Oh, it is
no,
coming through
it's-
as mono.
It's stereo, actually. Is there any way we can change that in the settings here?
Yeah, but if you're on a phone and you have mono, then you're not going to hear both of us. That's really annoying.
Yeah, see if you can go to properties.
Oh, mono.
There we go.
Let's just do mono.
Mono, both of them. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, now we
Okay.
should be mono, guys. Sorry about that. There is no way that Jacob can bench press 120 kilos. No way.
That sounds like it was set up.
That sounds like a challenge. Well, fortunately, we have a person that weighs 120 kilos here. We could put this to rest once and for all.
Why are there crowns? Is crowns a new thing?
I love how it just came up with
Top fans.
We were joking about moderators, and it just came up with a message saying, "Don't forget, you are the moderator for this channel."
Oh,
Thanks. And you guys have a tech channel. Yes, we do. If you guys haven't subscribed to Tech Source yet, what are you doing?
you gotta subscribe to Tech Source. Let's leave a link.
So I'm going to say hello, Mad Dog Joe. G'day, Edits. G'day, Adriano. Hey, Slav. Long time no see. G'day, Ethan Ward. Mick Fitz. Sal. How's it all going, guys?
Check this one out. Oh, did you even post as a link?
I don't know if that's clickable, to be honest. It just looks underlined. Oh, no, it
No, it
works.
definitely is. Yeah.
Cool.
All
no
right.
idea what to ask, and we have no idea what to answer. But that's just life, isn't it?
Let's. Would you consider adding filming locations when testing various cars, like driving up and down Arthur's Seat Road switchbacks?
I mean, to be honest, we've probably driven that road before. Like
Yeah.
all those roads out there are just great testing roads. So
Yeah.
we're probably not going to ever disclose our exact filming location, only because why would we?
Yeah.
Like it would just be
It's
kind of
also
silly.
private property, so we're not going to do that. But
Yeah.
yeah, well, there's so many good roads. There's down in the Mornington Peninsula. There's obviously Black Spur. If you go a bit more north, then Dandenong.
That's a fantastic road.
Yeah.
The only problem is if there's traffic on that road, you cannot get there's nowhere to turn around or turn off for
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes.
100%. So there can be whatever you can make the Nepean Highway a good driving road, if you know what I mean.
That's a callback to early days of the channel.
I didn't know y'all had started Czech channel. Well, guess what, Sal?
Guess what? We just got another subscriber. Thanks, Sal.
If that's even your real name.
Don't forget Chapel Street. Yeah.
Here we do. Actually, really cool, guys. We have an Apple event. How cool is that? We're going to an Apple event in like a week, or next week, which is, obviously we do car events literally every single day, but an Apple event,
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we did a Google event a few weeks ago. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Guess
it's triggered Google.
Oh no. Guess what the Apple event's about, if you can.
Let's just say it's no US event.
Certainly
I'm sure we'll get there one day. TechSource is doing really well, guys. So if you're interested in tech, there's a huge crossover between cars and technology, So check it out. You'll enjoy it. Subscribe, you'll get more. You essentially get double our content. Who wouldn't want that?
Me. I'm sick of it, all right?
It's a lot of extra work.
To be fair, though, when you edit your own content, it becomes quite hard to watch a lot of it.
Because you've seen it about 13 times.
You've seen each second multiple times.
Here's a good question. When is FSD going public? No idea. And that's what I said in the video, is that literally, you will not know until they decide to put it live. And I don't know, there's already issues. Like apparently in Melbourne, it's like I think Drive might have done like a
gotcha.
That did like a hook turn thing, and then it turns out that actually that was not it has to be approved if you're going to do testing of like autonomous driving stuff. But in Victoria, but that doesn't apply to Queensland.
That's why they did it in
which makes sense why they did it in Queensland.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be like tomorrow. I think it's a really cool thing, and it was crazy to experience it, and it is still like flawed in some ways, but still really incredible. The closest I've ever come to it was true self-driving. It drove for like literally a couple of hours completely by itself with very minor like issues, more like grandpa driving issues than anything else. So,
so basically, if you start to see a lot of apparent grandpa drivers that are Teslas, you just know it's been activated. D says FSD will never go public. That's false. It's definitely going public.
At some point, I just don't know when. It could be it literally could be next week. It could be in 5 years. Tesla are notorious for just, you don't know what they're gonna do. So,
and you can't trust cameras with AI to a degree. I kind of agree with that. I think the more the logic should be like the more sensors you can have, the better, because the more data, the more.
Hang on. Sorry. What is congrats on making ABC News, Matt? What have I done?
Yeah, I saw that. I was gonna question that in a second, but
sorry, keep going. That's just thrown me off a bit.
I don't think you're gonna find it by searching ABC News, Matt.
ABC
guys,
Castles?
That was his Google search.
There is no direct association.
I reckon they might have done a segment on FSD.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. I'm gonna turn the sound off on that. Sorry, you continue.
Oh wow, okay. So my train of thought about FSD is logically you would think, okay, more sensors equals better self-driving. What they've been able to do purely based on vision is extraordinary. Yes, I've seen the video online where they kind of trick the car by putting up like a painting where it looks like the road continues for miles and then the car just drove straight into the painting. That's going to happen for sure. And I think that vision has its flaws, but I think the ability of self-driving is already being used in the US and other countries. So I don't know. It's pretty incredible that they can do all that just on cameras.
I can't find anything about me on ABC News. I'd almost be worried if I did.
Does someone have a link of? we need to find this segment.
What have I done? Is what I want to know.
Idiot car reviewer. Yeah. Actually, would ABC News be pro or anti Tesla FSD?
Technically, they legally, I think, need to be very.
That's true.
Neutral.
That's true. Yeah. Legally, yes.
But I don't know. It depends who you ask.
My mate and I drove Saucy Corner in my Haval Jolly on. Don't tell people where it is. It's top secret. Actually, you know what I found out about Saucy Corner?
What?
There was an ad for a 1970s Tirana, I think it was, and Peter Brock was driving the Tirana on Saucy Corner in that ad. You can Google it.
I'm not surprised.
And it was, he was driving it. Because I think a lot of the magazines back in the day used to use those roads
100%.
for testing.
Yeah, look, it's not. It's probably the
not
worst kept secret in the world.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you'll find it. It was just a session on FSD. Well, I hope they gave me bloody credit. All right, because
Surely.
I can't use their footage without giving them credit. Bastardinos.
That's very true,
You're
actually.
getting a lot of messages.
I can't keep up. I'm sorry, guys. I would like to answer everything. All right, on the
I would
Jimny.
have to say this is the most views like we've had. Actually,
Nah, it's been higher, but this is the most active chat we've had. I'm struggling.
stop talking. Stop
Guys.
talking.
No, keep talking.
Chill out.
On the Jimny you just acquired / reviewed, will you tech it out with all the latest gear?
So
So it's yours.
stay tuned. Is the honest answer.
Is that a hint?
I don't
Is that
really-
a hint that you're going to tune it?
Can you imagine? Someone said that you can just get a really quick ECU flash, which makes sense because it's already got a turbo, so you could just probably unlock
And
more
get
power.
what, 49 kilowatts instead of 47?
possibly.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. The best thing about a Jimny is its simplicity, and it would be a real rabbit hole and extreme cost to like properly like change the suspension and add disconnecting sway bars and raise it up and whatever. But I think a really fun video would be like modifying it through AliExpress. So like all of
You
those.
said it.
It's probably the most.
You bloody said it.
I said it. It's probably the most. It probably got the most aftermarket accessories of any vehicle you can buy right now, except for maybe a Land Cruiser 70 series. Like the amount you can do to these Jimnys are insane. So I think we'll do like a mod like that.
That'd be cool. I think that'd be cool.
Because we also have other cars that are coming and that I'll always want to buy. So yeah, like the time with Jimny will run out at some point. I don't know when though, because I'm loving it. It's such a good little thing.
It's just cool. Every time I see it like parked here, I'm just like, nice.
Yeah, I honestly thought it'd just be the worst thing ever, but it's not. It's really good.
It depends on which metrics you measure it by. It's fun. It's cool.
Especially for this price. If I had paid, close to 40 grand on the road for that, I'd probably be crying. It's such a terrible car for that money. But
What have you got
26
against
grand?
Suzuki Australia? Huh?
I am against the fact they're trying to block the importation of K cars for their own greed.
Is
That's
it
what I don't like.
Suzuki that's trying to block it, or
It's
the
multiple.
government?
No, it's multiple. It's
There's many. It's like a lobby.
It's them. It's the car companies lobbying the government.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be like, oh yes, you're right, that doesn't pass ADR rule 8145-3 unless they were told that it doesn't do that. So
True.
ADRs are dumb.
All right. Moving on. Oh God, I just lost where I was. Oh my goodness.
I'm just like mindlessly scrolling up and down because I don't know what to
scrolling.
do.
All right. In all seriousness, chaps, would you pick an Octavia RS over the new Superb or vice versa? I really respect your opinions. I respect your opinion.
Ooh.
And that's a tricky question.
It's a tough
'cause
one. How much is a
I haven't
Superb?
driven the Superb. I think it's quite a bit more, right? Well, is it like for like though? Like, is it a Superb RS?
No, but
No,
the
it's just
Superb
a-
comes with like a 190 TSI or 206 TSI. It depends which one it is. Hang on.
And the Octavia RS is the 195 TSI. Is that right?
Yeah, essentially the same engine.
But it's like a higher state of tune in the Superb.
No, they'd be about the same. Yeah, 195, 400. So it's like it's
I
literally just a
can't
Golf
comment.
GTR.
I've only driven the Octavia RS. I haven't driven the Superb. You drove the Superb in Germany, right?
I did drive the Superb in Germany. It was superb. Look, which would I choose? I think if it were me personally, depends if you've got a family or not. I'd say if you have a family, just go for the Superb because it's more comfortable. But if you're more like,
And it's got a much bigger boot and back seats and everything, doesn't it?
but the Octavia is so big.
It's already very practical.
They're essentially the same car in my eyes,
True.
but they're not really. The Superb has better underpinnings. So, like, if you want to stretch a bit more and get a Superb, how much are they? 73,990. Say drive for the wagon.
Jeez,
74,990.
they're not cheap, are they?
So actually, Octavia would be a lot cheaper, wouldn't it?
It would be a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about 10
it's
grand cheaper.
10 grand
Just
cheaper.
go for the Octavia.
For 10
RS.
grand, for 10 grand more, I haven't driven the car, but I can't justify the difference.
You love the Octavia RS.
It's
You had that.
phenomenal.
You had that. You were driving that one.
Yeah, I had it for like a couple of weeks actually. It was a great car. Really, really good. I just like I don't know. There's something about Skodas where it's just very practical, and the
Oh,
way
very, yeah.
they there's like all these little details that you notice when you live with the car for a couple of weeks that you're like, oh, I'm really glad it has that.
We have a video coming out that I filmed today about the cars that we sell on CarSource buy. And by the way, spoiler here, but European cars make up about 3%
That is so
of the cars we sell.
like imagine if you said that to someone, I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
It does make sense though, because everything is so much more expensive to bring it to from Europe, and no one wants to spend money on cars now, which is so fair enough because everything in life is so
That's true.
expensive.
And also, like Toyota dominates in VFACTS, like the actual national sales data every month. But then on our, like, I feel like our
It's
data
so
set,
skewed.
which is like probably more representative of the average Australian, I would say, and also doesn't include fleet sales. They're not ranked as high as some people might think.
You guys have to. That video will come out early next week. You got to watch it because it's
very
mind blowing. Because we've had like well over 1,000 people now purchase a car from us this year alone. It's representative. Like that's a big enough sample size that it's representative of a lot of Australia. And the difference between what is reported that is skewed because of government sales and fleet sales versus what people actually buy is crazy. And this goes back to the point of the Skoda stuff. Like, unfortunately, no one really buys European cars now because it's just you pay extra because of having to import it from literally the other side of the world.
I'm so sorry we're not answering all of you guys. There's a lot of messages. I'm trying to keep up. Yeah, you mentioned some secret testings at a Mahindra test facility. Was it their recently showcased Vision lineup?
We just to stop you, just in case.
Yeah, we signed NDAs.
We signed NDAs.
Yeah.
We can't say what we saw.
I wasn't going to say anything, but
we saw some crazy shit, is what I'll say. We saw some absolutely crazy stuff.
It's pretty wild what Mahindra's doing, and especially because I went there in October, I think, of 2023, so almost 2 years ago now, and I saw like the early stage. I remember saying in that vlog that I made, I was like, it feels like Mahindra are gearing up for some kind of like world domination, and I feel like we're in the middle of that right now. It's just crazy how much it's changed in 2 years.
It is crazy.
In Australia, Superb is also all-wheel drive, and Octavia is I guess it's front-wheel drive.
Yeah, it is front-wheel drive.
So that's a factor, I guess.
Yeah. But that it would be more of a factor if you lived in like an alpine region. But if you don't, then it really doesn't matter.
That's true. I mean, it's like you could argue like don't buy a GTI, get a Golf R because it's all-wheel drive.
Yeah. But both are really good.
Yeah.
Both are really, really good. The only thing about the Octavia RS is that it's not like a GTI. A GTI is more fun, I would say. Even though they've got like...
especially the Mark 8.5.
It's just... It doesn't have the same emotion to drive as a GTI, but it looks really cool. So that's something.
I heard Chery is maybe making a ute with a PHEV diesel. Any thoughts? Guys, I've heard it all about Chery. And that's coming from the Chery people when I was in China. No one knows what the hell is going on.
No one knows.
Like when they showed off that Himmler, the Chery Himmler ute, I heard from 3 different people that it was coming to Australia. And then, so I report that. And then I heard from someone very, like, you can trust what this person is saying in regards to the Australian market. There's no way it's coming to Australia. So it's so hard to actually report what's going on with Chery because they don't even know what's going on.
They have no idea.
Their strategy changes constantly.
But that's all Chinese car companies, to be fair.
But also, I think it's especially Chery because they have so many different brands and they don't know
They're confused.
What brand they want to bring certain models in under. So who knows? I mean, a PHEV diesel, it's anyone's guess.
Sounds efficient.
It does, yeah. It sounds like 1,200 plus kilometers of range, you know? Sounds like a Chery super hybrid.
What would they call that? I don't know. They can't have some whack name. I'm not even going to guess. Yeah.
Dirty hybrid.
Oh, no.
It's like a dirty martini, but with electricity. Saw John Cadogan's vid about Tasman sales. We also saw it.
Yeah.
We also saw it.
I think
that's his dad, by the way. That's his literal biological father.
This is always going to be ambiguous for people now because I'll be honest, I'll just say it on record here. He's not actually my dad, but
I can't believe you said that.
Even today.
What if he's watching? He's going to start crying.
Maybe, but people said to me, Someone said to me on the literally
today,
in public today.
Literally today, yeah.
Oh, I watched your video with your dad. I'm thinking about dad. I've never made a video with my dad.
Could this be really early days, maybe? But nah, it was that video.
He was talking about John Cadogan in that video. He is.
He's like a spiritual father.
He's like a spiritual father,
and we are like his spiritual successors. I take that back. I live near Druin, Victoria. There are already at least 5 Kia Tasmans, and it's a tiny town. So it confuses me that apparently Tasmans are doing badly.
I think on the balance of things, they've sold about 800 last month.
Druin. That's out in Gippsland.
I wouldn't even know. I'm so bad with location names.
I feel like there's a lot of rich farmers out in Druin.
Yeah, Richo.
You know, I don't know if that's representative of the average population. I could be wrong about Druin though.
So if they've sold 800, that's not terrible figures. That's the entire amount of Jack T9s that have been sold in the Australian market since they started. The issue is that they are pumping in so much money to marketing that you would probably expect them to sell more. However, don't count your chickens until they hatch. There could be fleet negotiations in discussion right now, and then all of a sudden next month they're going to sell 7,000 to some mining company. So you just don't know. It's too early to tell.
True.
And
but it's also why I think looking at other sales data that doesn't include fleet sales is more important for the average Aussie.
Let's have a look how many people have. How many people have searched for this?
Real quick though, Paul Gary, hello from Motorama Cherry Springwood. Sorry I can't donate today. Maybe I can, but hope you are doing well.
You can always donate.
You can always donate, but that better not be from Cherry. We don't accept bribes.
We don't accept bribes. Yes, obviously do not feel any need to donate or whatever. We are internet beggars. But
literally.
We can make money off you in other ways. What was I going to search up? I was going to search up our dashboard. What is it?
It's Saturday night, no beers. Where's my beer? I come to your house.
I have fake beer.
It's
That's not exposed.
Do you have zero? Do you have zero? Admin.
Yeah. Okay.
Not at.
Yeah. It's an email.
Saturday night, no beers. We got the old Coca-Cola Zero.
I'm not an alcohol.
This guy doesn't drink much. Actually, there are occasions.
They're just weird occasions.
I will say,
off the rails.
I will mention one occasion that I don't think we spoke about in the first vlog when we went to China the first time with Cherry.
Someone just put in an inquiry for a Jack T9.
Oh no!
You poor thing.
I'm not going to say.
You know what? We'll get you such a good deal on that. It'll blow your mind. But still, interesting.
We can't
choice.
guarantee that by the time you accept the deal, the dealership still exists.
No.
So continuing with my story. I think we had there's a drink in China called Baijiu.
Oh my god.
Baijiu. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Baijiu. And I think it's made with white wine. It's not a good drink. It's absolutely disgusting.
Like rice. It's horrible.
Yeah, rice. Yeah, it's like a rice liquor.
It's like $2.
And yeah, we went to a shop, bought a big bottle for $2. Like you can kill yourself for $2 in China. That's just insanity to me. And we pretty much sunk most of the bottle between us.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember what happened. I have videos on my phone of us in random karaoke bars.
Oh my god, true.
With random people. This guy was singing WAP.
I was singing WAP, if you know what that is.
And they were like, I panned my phone around because I'm a very good videographer. Naturally. Even after half a bottle of Baijiu, and I'm capturing everyone like dancing to this guy singing. It was quite funny, but that was the last time we touched that stuff, and we vowed to never touch it again. Are BYD going to shaft their dealers here like China, or do you have faith they will progress smoothly here and win after-sales service in years to come?
I think they're going to do a lot better than they have been. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Have we seen? I mean, it's been a few months now since they left that previous model.
Since July.
Yeah,
since
July.
Sorry,
June?
I'm talking about something else now. Ask me that question again, then I'm going to go into this train of thought.
BYD.
Yeah.
Since they dumped EV Direct, do you reckon that? I mean, I don't have any data on this. Do you reckon that their after-sales service and the whole dealership experience has gotten better or worse?
I can only imagine it will get better because I don't think EV Direct were doing the most amazing job. Having said that, I think like dumped EV Direct is not really what happened at the end of the day. Like I think it was very amicable, and I think a lot of people who were at EV Direct are now working for BYD. So Split, I don't know, they kind of just absorb them. So and they still have a lot of contracts with like Eagers and stuff. So I think it can only go up from here. I'm you know.
So that's one way to put it.
Now, since pretty much end of July, we've had 40 people look at a Kia Tasman through
That's
Car
not
Source
many.
Buy. So that's like,
And that's with, quite a few videos. We've made probably 3 or 4 videos about the Tasman.
yeah, that's
So we don't normally make 4 videos about one car.
no, it's that's like we have quite literally thousands of people inquire about cars every month.
Yeah.
So that 40 since end of July is really low.
Was that July, August? Yes, in 2 and a bit months. Yeah, you'd expect a lot more than 40 for that car.
But we have sold of
sold a
those
couple.
40.
We sold a few.
Yeah, there's been a few
Yeah.
that have actually bought the car. So
And I think a lot of them were like the X-Trek and X-Pro spec.
yeah,
It's
that's
like the higher, which is not surprising, I think. Like a lot of people that go for the Tasman are going to go for those higher, like that are not fleet. They're going to go for the higher specs.
yeah, 100%. That happens with every car that comes out. Like the early adopters will always go for like the most expensive one.
What are your thoughts on Genesis going to the agency dealers now instead of a factory-owned dealer?
Wasn't weren't they?
That was very recent, wasn't it? I think it was very
I don't
recent.
really know that story, to be honest, because they've been direct to consumer the whole time. But to be honest, that just doesn't work. And you can have a look at Mercedes. The only
Honda
people it
as
works with is Tesla, and they are a complete outlier.
Yeah.
And no one else wants to purchase, especially like a luxury car. They want to go
Online, yeah.
They want to they want to walk in and they want to be offered still or sparkling.
That is very true.
That's what they want.
Yeah, that is very true.
So if they move more towards that model, I think it's for the best. And thank you, Paul. You're
That's
really...
not from Cherry. That's not from Cherry. That's from you.
Oh, but thank
Okay.
God he owns a JQ J8, so he has no affiliation with Cherry.
No affiliation. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very
If
much.
you owned
mate.
an Emoda, we'd be having a problem.
Sorry, I can give a love heart. I'm gonna do that.
Do it.
And then and then I can buy my own super chat. Why would I do that? That's ridiculous. Why is that even an option?
You can buy your own super
Yeah,
chat.
I'm logged into the Castles account.
You should have super chat by default. I'm sorry.
Show your support for Castles.
You can donate to yourself and basically donate to Google.
And the next
by doing
option
that.
is engage with your audience.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm gonna put 100 in the chat.
I'm sorry, guys. We're trying to respond to as many of you as we can, while also, going down rabbit holes.
Yeah.
I've owned. We're going back to the Octavia. We'll move on. Saucy Australia, go go go. I agree.
I was just like trying to fit in all like Australian colloquialism into one sentence.
What are your thoughts on the 120 Prado V6? 120.
That goes back a long
Yeah.
time. What is it? The 1GD.
That might be the one that actually we had. Like my family. Yeah.
The old
Fantastic.
diesels were they're good.
You gonna buy one?
God no, because they're not good to drive unless it's like a cool Japanese import that has a story. There are some really cool.
You can get
Japanese
some cool
imports.
Prados with like the curtains on the windows and all that.
like a mirror on the front, and it has to be from some random place. you know?
Exactly. If you're gonna buy an old Prado, just get a Japanese import. Why not?
Yeah, shout out to Justin at Coulter Classic. If you want any like import cars, you got to get it.
He actually had a really cool Prado when we were there last.
Mm.
Give me small cars again, please. I agree.
I think that's literally everyone. But they're
Everyone
coming
wants
back.
small cars.
Think about like
Yeah.
a 3XO is a small
Mhm.
car. A Cherry Tiggo 4 is a small car. Like, okay, they're SUVs, but they're still really small cars. Like
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you. Anthony Bugger.
Bugay.
Bugay. Sorry.
That was probably really loud. Thank you.
You know what? Because you sent $20, we're going to give you a personal fist. You ready? 3, 2,
no.
to
Oh.
the camera. 3, 2, 1.
Fist. You just got fisted.
Nice.
I'm going to give you a love heart as well.
I'm
God,
gonna
3
give you-
people like that. You know what? Fist you. You know what I'm going to say? Fisted. Oh no, you.
I know. I'm on a different account.
That's right. I already responded.
All right,
Thank you
nice.
very much.
Thank
mate.
you very much.
It's very kind.
Appreciate
I didn't realize you could like other people's like super.
You can interact. You can report.
That's
Interesting.
Let's not do that.
I don't understand.
Let's not report. All right, now you're banned.
Get out of here with your
Look
money
how many
giving.
people dropped off after we clapped.
No. It's weird. It shows like a massive drop off.
Yeah.
But then it's not real.
Oh,
It's
and
a
then it comes
phantom.
back.
It's a phantom drop off.
This is like YouTube in a nutshell. Have you guys
Exactly.
been seeing all those videos of people coming out being like, my views have halved? And
What's
actually,
going on with YouTube analytics?
we got scared, and I'm like, oh shit, let's.
But ours has just been normal.
It's been good. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, this year is better than last year. That's typically how you want it to be.
That
and-
is what you want.
And
if it was worse, I'd be concerned. I'd be
oh,
like,
yeah,
what
you're
are
right.
we doing
It's
wrong?
just gone back up.
See?
Liar.
It was a fake.
What's wrong with you, YouTube idiot? Such liars.
Right,
Please get
let's get back.
paid.
Let's get back to the questions, bro.
I need some Coke.
It's right behind you, right here.
It's like I can't even reach it. Thank you.
It's in that spot
Yeah.
where people stick signs on your back. Do you reckon there'll be a Type R of the new Prelude? I don't know. I don't know how much I can
thought
talk
it was
about. with
coming
this.
out with the Type R engine. Is that not right? Isn't it coming? Isn't it being launched with like the same powertrain as a Type R?
I don't know if that's confirmed. I think I don't know if they need to do a Type R of the Prelude because it's going to be a performance-oriented car anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what would I compare it to?
Oh no, it's not. It's a 2-liter
No, it's
hybrid powertrain.
that's
They've
right.
got to, surely they will come out with some Type R.
It's built on the Type R chassis.
But surely they will come out with that powertrain. Like it's 100. It'd be like it's like a warm hatch.
I
in
don't
its
think.
current state.
Apparently, I don't think they're going to do a manual for it either.
That I'm okay with. It's more just
Really?
like, yeah, like obviously I would. Oh, it's got. Oh no, it's a CVT.
That's what I'm saying. Well, it's got it's going to have like paddle shifters, and they're going to try and
A
simulate.
virtual 8-speed. I love those.
Yeah. No,
Nice.
it's that's silly to me. Like,
Yeah, that's sad.
you make a performance car, you got to give it a good transmission.
Right, well, I'm
You
wrong.
know what I mean?
I'm wrong, and I'm sorry.
You
But
should be.
it
sorry.
does look really
Apologise.
cool. Looks really cool. Like that's a car I'd love to buy.
I personally believe Ford and Holden would have still been in Australia if they produced an Australian rival for Patrol and Land Cruiser.
It's only really big here in the Middle East, you know.
Yeah. Well, wasn't the Ford Territory just a massive success?
In Australia, it was.
Yeah.
There's a Ford Territory in China. I've seen it a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They've just reused the name and have made a Ford Territory in China, which
That's such a China thing, you know.
Let me obviously it's a Ford still, but let me have a look. Let me get a picture.
I love how you pull out your phone to Google something where you have your laptop in front.
Yeah,
of you.
because then I have to turn it around. It just becomes a real pain in the bum.
This
Ford-
is the problem of too much tech, guys. You know, when you run
It's
a
too
tech
much.
review channel, got too many. Like, it's a genuine problem. We're starting to think
Overflowing.
like, what happens with all the boxes and stuff? that
it's like
You know?
pretty bad. This is the
that looks cool.
That looks cool. So that's the front. I hope no one sends me a message in line. That's the front. That's a Ford Territory. And
Is that from Cars.coza?
it is from Cars.co. So shout out to them.
Cool dudes at Cars.coza.
Come on, focus, bitch. And that's the Ford Territory's bum. And it looks really good, I think. But do we need another SUV in Australia? I don't know.
Probably not.
There's enough Chinese
Every bloody
SUVs.
car is an SUV. Which new car are you boys most looking forward to driving and reviewing that will come out soon? I can easily answer that.
I'm having to think about this. You answer it.
The Porsche 911 GT3.
Okay, give like another car. Jacob, the
Why
bum
do you say that
the
like
bum head
an accusation?
is going to race a Porsche GT3 around a racetrack for like whatever he wants to do with it. So he's about to have a blast. But no, do like an attainable car.
Oh, man. I don't even know what I'm booked into, man. I don't even know what
Like
I've got
launches
coming up.
coming up.
Launches? Oh, yeah. There's a pretty big one next week. I'm not personally that excited to drive the car, but I know a lot of people will be very interested in the car. So I am excited to film a video about
You
it.
can talk about what it is. Just-
The MG U9.
yeah.
That'll be a very interesting ute. I think a lot of people are waiting to see how it compares, I guess, to the LDV Terron 9 and some of the other utes in the segment. Because it's like an Alpha Canon Alpha size.
It
ute,
is.
right?
It's about the size of a Canon. Why nothing? Oh, finish update, of course, naturally.
Love Chrome.
It's about the same size. It sits.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a bit smaller, I think, than a Canon
Yeah.
Alpha, but
But it's got that interesting, kind of unibody design. Holy crap, we have 100 people in here right now. What the frick?
Goes to show
What
we
the
are
frick?
like you, Linus Tech Tips.
Why would you throw shade in the direction we just don't
I'm
want to throw
joking.
shade?
I'm joking. Obviously, it's a joke. The one I am most excited to drive is the Zika 7X.
Ah,
I'm excited
nice.
for that.
We just got a question. When are you boys reviewing the Zika 7X? Any chance of a comparison against a Model Y Juniper?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that would be a phenomenal video. I think that video would get many views.
Yeah.
To be honest, so yeah, 100%. That would be a great idea.
Yes, the Zika 7X is next week, the launch, and so yeah, I'm very excited to drive that. I think that'll be just cool because it's probably the most hotly contested space apart from Utes, which is like Tesla Model Y competitors, and it's looking like it could be the most compelling one yet. So let's see. I'm really looking forward to that. The other one I'm kind of dreading
Oh god.
driving is Isuzu because
Oh yeah, the new D-Max.
yeah. Actually, I'm not going to say why, but because I don't know if it should be confirmed.
Well, I mean, there's been rumors for quite some time about what's going to happen with the Ford JJ3 powertrain for that.
Exactly.
So obviously we don't know anything 100% yet, and I guess you'll find out at the launch.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's concerns around that engine with the new vehicle emission standards in Australia. Can they continue to put that engine in the D-Max? Who knows? I guess we'll find
It's
out.
unlikely. I don't think it's meeting it in its current state. I don't think the Ford JJ3 3-litre turbo diesel 4-cylinder engine is going to be viable for emissions, especially because they have no other cars that are hybrid. They've got two. They've got the MUX and D-Max, the same car. So, oh no.
Hey Matt, hey Jacob, just want to say keep up the great work. Thank you. Thank you, JC. And Chris Holding, thoughts on the LDV Terron 9? Is it worth a purchase or just another Chinese trash ute like the Jack Ute? I don't think it's a trash ute. I think it's actually quite good.
Throwing shade at the Jack.
I mean, that's kind of warranted. Right?
It's 100% warranted. Yeah.
I would say just wait for the MG U9 review that I'm going to be filming next week. I think that could very well be. Well, now we know the price range for the MG U9. So we know it's going to be potentially a couple grand more expensive than the LDV Terron 9.
Yeah.
But you get a lot extra. And there's a lot of extra functionality with that folding second row that you don't get. So
yeah.
And like the step down at the tailgate. There's a couple of weird things. It's like, why haven't they given that to the LDV Terron 9?
Yeah. You can only, we don't know anything for a fact, but you can only assume because LDV is brought in by an importer and MG is direct from factory, that MG are like, we need to reserve the best stuff for us, and they have more sway because they don't have to go. They're not a distributor. They are MG. So
yeah,
that's the only thing that you can imagine. But actually, who knows what's going on behind the scenes? But yes, I would agree with Jacob. Wait till the MG U9 because let's be honest, if it comes with more features, you might as well buy that.
Yeah, but it might be a few grand more expensive. So
that is true. That does make a difference. Or just buy a GWM Canon.
I mean, there's such good value.
The Canon Alpha right now is literally, they've put it on sale again.
It's what, like 54 grand or something?
Yeah, and that's for the plug-in hybrid. Like, that's a lot of car for that money.
It's a few grand less than a Shark at the moment.
So, honestly, like...
But I think at the moment... So BYD is also doing a September deal at the moment, but it's not like a cashback. It's like $2,000 credit that you can use for accessories, charges, that kind of... So it's not the same thing as a cashback. But,
no. Is that how they're doing it? They're doing cashback?
Yeah. Well, not cashback, like a credit.
No, as in like GWM, are they doing it?
No, GWM I think are just offering discounts. Yeah. Which I'd rather have cash.
That's a plug-in hybrid, guys. It's like...
It's a good price.
It's a really good car. Or ute. I know I keep saying it's a car.
This is a really interesting question, actually, from Lachlan Otaway.
Wow, we're far back.
Yeah, I'm really far back. Question for you guys, as a tech review company and a car review company, would you agree that Toyota and Apple are very similar, the way that Apple releases new iPhones with little updates compared to Samsung? So basically, Toyota releases cars with very minimal changes. I would say fundamentally, the ethos of Toyota and Apple, I think, are very different. I think Apple as a company exists in this really special space where they feel that they can't be touched, and that and that they can't do any wrong, because the reality is, consumers have shown Apple that they can't do any wrong. Apple have committed some of the cardinal sins in consumer technology, and consumers continue just to eat up their products.
Yeah.
So now they've realized we can just do whatever we want at this point. Whereas I don't think Toyota is in that same position. I think Toyota are very reluctant to embrace new technologies sometimes, but also at the same time, they're on the bleeding edge of hybrid technology, for example. So I don't know.
Toyota,
It's a very different situation, I think.
So I agree with Jacob. And then I would also add on the fact that Toyota is a Japanese company. And if you have ever seen a Japanese company at play,
It's so slow.
It's just not even funny how many levels there are to getting anything done. You wonder how they get anything done. And it's no wonder that the next Hilux is literally just a little facelift of a car that's like 100 years old. Because they're very conservative.
They're so measured in their approach. Like, it's the complete opposite to the Chinese approach at the moment, which is like literally throw shit at a wall and see what sticks.
100%, yeah. Exactly
Like Japanese is just like complete opposite. It's like
complete opposite.
Whatever we do must be 100% calculated through all the way to the end.
And there are definite benefits to that. Having said that, it's not like Apple. Apple is, like Jacob said, they're just like they're an intentionally walled ecosystem. And
even just the way they do their marketing, it's so pretentious.
Like AI is not AI. You wouldn't call it artificial intelligence.
It's Apple
Apple intelligence.
And I mean, just, calling the AirPods obviously we haven't tested it yet, but like the world's best noise cancelling for an earbud, for a wireless earbud.
Huge claim.
That's a massive claim.
I would like to see. But we see this with, maybe this is just a tech industry thing, because you have NVIDIA doing the same thing.
And you have Google doing the same thing as well.
Like 4 times better than last generation. That's, if
you're using FrameGen and DLSS and all, it's just crazy.
It's a lot of outlandish claims.
Yeah. It makes you, like, when you're in the industry and you see it consistently, it kind of just desensitizes you to when people say something's really good, because you're just like, I'll wait and see. Like, this is just, it's all marketing crap. Stashed Training did a report about Roro carriers not accepting EVs. Sorry, I'm not understanding this. Due to insurance liabilities, do you think this will have a significant impact on our market? Because of the fire risk. I guess because of the fire risk of batteries kind of...
Yeah, but BYD now own their own chips, and like MG, I think, own their own chips like that.
I mean, I don't think you can rely on that for every manufacturer to be so vertically integrated.
No. Even Hyundai, though, they own their own chips. And Kia, obviously, as a result. So anyway, I don't think we're not important enough that we sell enough of their cars for it to make a difference. To be honest.
No, exactly. Any Car Source milestones you hope to cross this year? Yes. 1 million subscribers. One. And you know what? If we don't hit that, I'm going to be so disappointed.
We're shutting down the channel.
It's going to be like, I quit.
We have like internal strategies, which we won't share publicly, but like, naturally we also want to increase our revenue, not for selfish reasons, but so we can just hire more people.
So we can do more stuff. Yeah. Like, we would love to hire someone as like a main producer for our YouTube channels. So someone that can really just manage all the videos, the content strategy, everything like that. That would help us so much and free us up to go to more events, film more things. Like, because that's really I think the bottleneck in this business is not anything in particular apart from our time. Like, literally, how much time can we spend in a day working on this business? At the moment, we're already at the max. So we just pretty much need to offload some of it to some people that are proven and can be trusted, essentially.
Yeah. Finding someone who's going to be finding someone who has experience in YouTube and
at this
social media,
like subscriber count.
It's just going to be a nightmare. But that's one of the hires we want to do. So we've already got a journalist, Jack. We want to hire another journalist. We just have a lot of plans, and if you want to hire people, people aren't cheap, so you have to make more money. So yeah, you'll see more like sponsored videos. Of course, we will always tell you when a video is sponsored.
Yeah.
We're going to run more ads on the website. Car Source buy is going through the roof. So like, ultimately we would like to have 0 ads ever on the channel, but it's not realistic to
Mm.
achieving a growth in revenue. So we're only going to work with partners that actually respect what we do and know that they can't bully us, because a lot of
100%.
manufacturers have tried.
Oh man, they try to get their way
yeah.
every which way possible, and it's just like I think they learn pretty quickly that we're not going to work like
we
that.
could make a lot more money if we
Mm.
took money from some manufacturers. We just won't, because they will.
I tell you what, it's maybe in the short term, big boost to revenue.
Mm.
Long term, and these are the kind of discussions we have. Like long term, it's the worst idea possible, because how would it impact our perception with our audience? You know, like it would just be the dumbest thing ever to take the quick payday, and then everyone sees you as a sellout. It's just, why would we do that?
Yeah.
It's so damaging.
Not going to do that. So anyway, a big goal, for example, for CarSource is to, obviously we want more subscribers, and we want more views, and we want more revenue, and that's just natural with any business. So
100%.
we're just going to keep working towards that.
So yeah, I mean, like on a more serious note, probably 200K very soon. I would assume.
Yeah.
We're right on the precipice.
What do we just hit?
I think we're at 196 ish.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that'll be really cool once we hit. Like the last milestone was 100K, and that was, how long ago did we hit that? About a year ago, or just over a year ago, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. It's been slower. It's been slower from 100K to 200K, and the only actually no, that's not
it
true.
definitely hasn't, dude.
Take that
from
back.
0 to 100K was like 3.5 years.
Oh yeah, I completely take that back. That was just a dumb statement.
It just feels slower.
Yeah.
You know, because when you hit, I think there was a time before we hit 100K where there was like a few months where our subscribers tripled. I think it was in 2023 where we went from like 20K to 60K.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. And then I think since then it's kind of damaged our perception of what fast growth is.
The best growth is just
consistent.
Yeah. So as long as we're growing, I'm happy. And the channel is like, we're number 2 in Australia for new car video views. Like that's huge. That's, I mean, what a milestone. We demolished.
And to be honest, like subscriber count actually doesn't really matter. It's more about view count. Like there are many more channels that we know of that have many more subscribers than us, but they're like the amount of views they get per month is like half of ours.
Oh.
So I'd much rather have a channel that performs well and has content that you guys actually enjoy and resonate with than a massive amount of subscribers. All right, God, we are so far behind.
Whatever, guys. Yeah, if you have a question that you really want answered, we're not going to get to everything. You can give us the smallest donation ever, but it's going to be the easiest way for us.
Yeah, we'll be instantly responsive to it. Is the Prelude rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive? I believe it's front-wheel drive.
Front-wheel drive.
Again, I think the old one was front-wheel drive too. So,
I actually don't know.
I think it was.
I'm going to fact check that. I have no idea.
Could be wrong.
Was Prelude.
Because the like the Integra and the Civic were always
front-wheel drive.
Yeah. It was always just a front-wheel drive kind of car. Any vid or drive review of the SU7 Ultra? Is that
That's a
the
Xiaomi?
Yeah.
Nah,
not yet.
not yet.
I mean, it would be cool to review it. I saw a couple of videos that kind of scared me. Oh,
The ones where they go off the road or the track.
and then the car and the seat like folds back.
Yeah.
I was like, what? But I mean, if given the opportunity, 100%, I would drive that car.
I guess in a crash, but it did not pass the crash test.
Did you guys go to the BYD Tech Drive Day?
Mm-mm.
Were we invited to that?
No,
It's
I don't
probably
really know
not
what
for
it
us.
was.
Maybe
It
for
wasn't
more
really.
dealers and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but
They had the Fangsheng Bao 8 and 5 with Denza Z9 GT and Yangwang U9. So those are all cars that we've driven in China, and in fact,
we have reviews of them all.
we have reviews of every single one of those cars on the channel. We filmed, I think it was 7 reviews in 2 days when we were in China with BYD.
That was cooked.
That was ridiculous, the pace at which we smashed out those reviews. Are you guys buying the new Renault/Dacia Duster?
That'd be cool, but no, we're not. You can go for it.
Look,
Go for it. Pop off, King. It's very cool, but
it's very cool. I don't know how long it would stay cool.
it's still a
Still a
Clio-based off-road-ish thing. It's very cool for a car enthusiast, but I don't think the majority of people are going to buy it.
Maybe I'll wait and see if that. Maybe I'll wait and see if that new Clio that was just revealed is going to come to Australia.
It'll be $3 billion by the time. Yeah, no doubt.
I've got an infected left ear, so hello from Malta.
Why is that so low? And I'm sorry about your infected
Look who it's
left ear. Piss off, Dad.
With so many cheaper ute options, will we see the Hilux and Ranger die? No. I think there's going to be a segment of the market that always is going to buy a Hilux or Ranger just because, one, they know lots of people that own Hiluxes and Rangers and it's just a proven product. And two, they're not going to trust these new entrants for many years to come. So I don't think we're going to see the Hilux and the Ranger die off anytime soon. The Deepal multi-truck is interesting, even though I'd like it to be more vanny. But what do you know about the company? Well, so the thing about Deepal is they're owned by a company called Changan in China, which is
Changan.
They're actually one of the largest manufacturers of EVs, specifically in China.
How much do they pay you to say that? Sorry.
Silence.
Here's a fun fact. The Renault Duster accounts for about 0.37% of your total Castles by inquiries.
So what's that? 1 in 300. About 1 in 300.
It's actually less bad than I expected.
I mean, you're looking at all of the leads over all time.
No.
Oh, you're only looking at recent.
No, that's leads back to July.
Oh, okay. And we put the video out in probably around there.
Anyway.
Yeah, so basically I'm on Changan's payroll.
Their multi-track is cool, but no one will buy it.
No, but we were talking about the Deepal brand, and Changan is actually really massive. I think they've been around for like 200 years. I don't know. This is what they were talking about in the presentation. I was surprised at that.
What cars were they making 200 years ago?
They were making EVs 200 years ago.
Wow.
I'm like, this is the thing, right? When they, and a lot of Chinese brands do this, where they give you the history of the entire company from the founder, like in the 18th century or whatever, to the present day. And you're just like, I'm sorry, but like if they were selling fur coats in the 1800s, it's not exactly relevant to electric vehicles in 2025. But anyway, yes, they were around for many, many centuries, and they are worth a ridiculous, like the number of, can you look up how many vehicles Changan sells every year globally?
Do you reckon it's as much as Chery?
I think it might be more.
Chery's the largest
exporter. But Changan sells so many in the local market. They have so many brands as well. It's Deepal. They've got, I think, what other brands do they have?
So they sold 1.355 million cars in the first half of 2025.
Jesus.
Okay, forecasting 3 million.
So 3 million cars this year, let's just say.
Whereas Chery Group.
So it's about the same, similar.
Very similar.
Similar, about 1.7 million.
They don't say
by August.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a mind-blowing amount of cars.
So Changan also owns the Avatar brand, which is a super cool brand. It's like they're all about like this new energy vehicle, connected technology with your car. Like I remember the Avatar thing had a really cool connected tech feature list. I don't know. But yeah, so Deepal itself, they're distributed by Inchcape locally. Who else uses Inchcape historically? Peugeot,
Subaru. Doesn't really fill you with confidence.
No,
does it?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting at. So it's more on a local scale. I don't know how I feel about it. On a global scale, I mean, Deepal is huge. Changan are huge. But yeah, when it comes to Australia, what do I know about the company basically about Deepal?
Yeah, Deepal itself is just a subsidiary of Changan. Changan's a massive company, but it is distributed by Inchcape, which is really great for dealers, but not very great for the consumer.
And I guess, like when you're a massive company like Changan and you're like, I'm going to go enter the Australian market, if it fails, you would have no problem just going, never mind, I didn't even care about it anyway. I'll just pull out. And then
I think it's a pride thing. I think the only reason we're getting so many...
They're all just competing?
They're all just competing and no one wants to die because it'd be embarrassing because we're a Western country and if you can't...
Just trying to plant the flag.
Honestly, a lot of companies will enter into Australia not because they think it's going to be the most profitable thing ever, even though we sell a weirdly large amount of cars, like over 1 million cars a year. New cars is a crazy amount of cars for such a small country. Yeah. But it's a test. If they can survive here, they can survive
Mm-hmm.
in Europe, for example. So that's why we have so many brands, and no one wants to die first. But this is just a prediction. I reckon Deepal are going to be like, well, this is kind of bad to be selling our cars through a distributor because we can't control the prices enough and whatever. And like BYD and who else has done it? I feel like other companies have done it. They'll probably just sell themselves. And then I don't know what Inchcape are going to do. It's not like they're selling many Foresters.
I thought Deepal was Indian.
Everyone thinks Deepal is Indian.
Didn't we all?
But
I mean, it's probably
legitimate. It's not like
Yeah.
a racist thing. Deepal is an Indian name.
well, Deepak, I think. Is,
I asked, so our editor, Himanshu, I asked him, I'm like, mate, because he's based in India. Look at this.
no, not that one.
Yeah,
Well,
look how angry she was when I was filming in the plane. Anyway, I asked our editor in India, why does Deepal sound Indian? And he was like, because Deepal is an Indian name. Like the actual name Deepal is an Indian name. So I don't know why they called it like that. Why not make it something more Chinese?
my YouTube just broke. I don't know what happened.
You got an ad.
I got an ad. I'm sorry to everyone that gets ads. It can't be helped. you
Can't
know?
be helped. Get premium, honestly.
Oh, this is a nice comment. You guys are the gold standard for integrity in automotive journalism. Faffy Gaff, thank you.
Thank you. It's actually
We
nice.
love you. That is that is one of the nicest things. You can
Honestly,
say.
the only time we get like negative comments, and it's the funniest thing because we're always so upfront. When something is advertorial, we
Yeah.
will always say, because you can click off the video if you don't want to watch it. I don't care.
I mean, I still think that we make entertaining videos, even if they're advertorials. And we never
lie.
never lie, never hide it, and never call an advertorial a review
No.
because it's not.
No.
It's a piece of sponsored content that we make that still gives you accurate information about the car, but it's sponsored by the car company. That's it.
Yeah, and exactly how we feel. And we'll
Yeah.
always put negatives and stuff like that. But anyway, it's always so funny to
It's
me.
like, in the Cherry to Go
Yeah.
4 that we did recently, some comment was like,
this is
it's
clearly advertorial.
so obviously a sponsored video. It's
Like-
like, and I think you responded, you were like, which part? The part where we said it was a sponsored
Yeah,
video, or the part where we mentioned, or the sponsored thing tag on the on YouTube.
So it's just
Just
the
like,
dumbest.
what?
Like it's like brain rot. It's brain rot.
It is brain rot,
At that point, like I have no issues like shadow banning
roasting.
you from the channel.
roasting you.
It's the funniest thing ever. People don't realize we can shadow ban you, and you will comment. Your comment will go through, but no one will see it
Yeah,
except for you,
yeah,
and that can make you feel better.
exactly. You can enjoy your own comments
This
in
isn't
your own little echo chamber. And you know what? Freedom of speech doesn't exist.
No, this isn't.
It doesn't exist here. This is not a democracy.
This ain't a democracy, baby. Yeah, it's not. But if you have like legitimate criticism, that can always stay.
Of course.
It's just if you make a brain dead comment, I'm just like, no, I don't.
We
even
don't
wanna-
need this.
I
We
don't
don't
want to
need
see
this.
this.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
All right, the Homely Cook channel in all capitals, even the channel name, all
That's a
capitals.
very aggressive channel.
What do you think about the 2 new Mahindra electric cars, and will they make an impact on the Australian car market? What price would you like them to be launched on?
What are you talking about? The
The
BE6?
BE6 and the B90 or whatever it's called, the XEV9.
If you ever see, by the way, the BE6,
Oh, what a cool car!
you will cream your pants. It is one of the coolest looking cars ever.
Oh, man.
The whatever it's called, BE9 less so. I actually
XEV90.
yeah, that's it. XEV90. I actually couldn't really care less about the way that looks, but the
It was
BE6 looks really,
like,
really cool.
The BE6 just had that really cool, what do you call it? Like a flying buttress bonnet. I don't know. It was just cool.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the new Lexus Sports concept and its twin turbo V8? Do you think it will sit between the AMG GT and the Aston Martin?
I actually don't really care
Did you
about
see it?
supercars.
Oh, you wouldn't
Nah.
have seen it when you were in.
I don't really
Munich.
care about supercars. I don't really care about hypercars.
It's interesting. I used to, before I was doing all this, I used to care more about supercars, and now I'm just like, give me a hot hatch, give me a bloody Suzuki Jimny K, all day. That's a lot more interesting.
Maybe
to
because
me.
it's just completely unattainable. So.
Probably. Yeah, you kind of need to be a different level of wealth to even look at that, and think I could maybe get that one day. Just wink when you sell out and say a car is good. We won't need to wink. We'll be driving the latest Lexus Sport concept that sits between the AMG GT and the Aston
Wait, you
Martin.
got to wait till they deposit the money first, okay?
Like, Matt, you all right there? You look like you're having a mini stroke.
Wow. I just love my Coca-Cola no sugar.
It really is great how it has 1 kilojoule.
Let me sip.
Ooh,
Mm.
was that fresh and bubbly?
Oh, that was delicious. Coke.
No
Buy
sugar. We messed up the tagline. Oops. They're not going to be happy.
No.
Sponsors aren't going to be happy. They're going to want to reshoot.
What sponsor?
Will you be at the Tokyo Auto Show this year?
We weren't invited by any manufacturer this year.
We've had conversations with people on the phone where we started crying.
Honestly, like, of course we
Like,
weren't going
what?
to get invited
Like,
by
come
Mazda. Mazda just dislike us for, I don't know, for
I
saying
don't
the
know
truth.
why. I don't know.
You know, it's like you can give them positive reviews of their cars. You put out one video they don't like, and they're like, nah, not for you. So anyway, we're not going there. Toyota, I don't know why. We just didn't cop an invite.
Bikes and family, don't spam.
Yeah,
Don't spam.
You know what we need? Moderators. If you guys are...
You're in timeout for 10 minutes.
Good.
I'm sorry. You're in timeout.
If you are... send me an email. If you are a fan of the channel and you want to be a moderator.
Oh, I'm a moderator, apparently.
Actually?
This channel.
Oh.
There you go.
Shoot me an email, matt@carsource.com, and or hit me up on any of the socials. I don't know, send me a message, but always looking for moderators for this stuff. Even though we don't do it very often, it's just like, oh my gosh.
I might just skip through a few if that's all right. AU is the ugliest Falcon, but I'd still buy that before a Chinese car. That says more about you than Chinese cars.
Honestly.
Aussie Yowie. I would never buy a Cherry vehicle unless they add an extra R. So you want to buy a car that's literally named after a stripper? Is that what you want to do? Outside the box, Chinese car position globally is exactly like the Japanese car position about 50 years ago. I don't know if you can draw comparisons to 50 years ago because we're experiencing a massive transition in the industry right now. And it's going to become a game of who can adapt faster, and China's already adapted while the rest are catching up. So I don't think that it's the same situation. What do you think? Do you have anything to add to that?
No, I got nothing to add. You can't compare.
With Polestar in financial trouble with losses exceeding $4 billion to 2025, do you see them continuing, considering they no longer sell cars in China?
I didn't know they didn't sell cars in China, but Polestar is a funny company because they're trying to be like, oh, we are Swedish. We are very, very Swedish. Look at us, we're Swedish. Everyone up and down, we're Swedish. Made in China. Oh, we're Swedish. Mostly designed in China.
That's so true.
Like, they can make an incredible car, but they're not, like, if you're owned by Geely Group and, you know, I don't care how much you say you're from Gothenburg in Sweden. It's like Zeekr. At least Zeekr.
I think they might be designed in Gothenburg.
Yeah, the same as Zeekr.
But not, there's no.
Zeekr doesn't pretend, and it's, by the way, same parent company. Zeekr doesn't pretend that they're anything other than a Chinese car company, just with cool design. So, do I see Polestar surviving? I don't think they're doing very well. So, I don't know. But they're making more cars, and they're really trying.
Grumpy Old Turd asks, are you going to try and knock Papa John C off from his self-appointed throne as the most hated car journalist?
I'm not interested in being hated. And I want everyone to know that.
Mission failed.
All we're trying to do is say the truth. And if that makes us hated by some manufacturers because they can't handle... You know, here's the weird thing, right? A lot of people will be so... what's the word? They're just so, like, passionate about their brand that they work for that they can't take criticism when it's valid. And
that's called drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, literally drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And so if their PR can't be mature enough to you know, deal with us through the good and the bad of their brand, then I'm not interested in dealing with them. They can eat one.
Eat eggs.
Eat eggs. Yeah.
Suck eggs. If you guys had a 40K budget, what would you buy? 2 K-Jimneys. No, I'm kidding.
40K. In my current...
i30N? Can you get an i30N for that? You can't.
No, I don't think.
i20N?
I don't think you can even get an i20N for that money.
God damn it!
What is an i20N?
Why are things so expensive? Can you get an MX-5? Nowhere near for that. Nowhere near. Nowhere near.
Might start under.
Not an ND.
Yeah, it might start under.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they started.
Are we talking about new cars? Let's just assume new cars.
It has to be a new car.
An i20N.
Surely it's not 40K, man. Not in performance blue. Surely go for like a base color.
That is a base color.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know why it's taking so long to estimate the price.
It's struggling.
Their website's just not
Their
working.
servers are struggling. Let's say 40K before on roads. Oh, cool. I get a bloody i20N every day of the week.
I don't know if I would.
We got a donation. Crypto Observer.
Oh,
$5.
If you do crypto, you can definitely afford
you
more
can
than
do
that,
that.
you idiot.
Thank you. It's
Thank
actually
you very
5
much.
Bitcoin. I don't know if you noticed. Guys, any chance you have connections to an MG service tech? We need the PWD we need the password to the hidden engineering menu on the MG QS to check the transmission settings. Have you tried admin 123?
Honestly, mate,
joking.
we
I'm
don't.
sorry, mate. We don't
literally
really
have none.
we don't have any connections to any service techs from any company.
Yeah, apart from like Justin at Colton Classic and a random OBD2 thing, but no, unfortunately
Yeah.
not, mate. So I hope you
Yeah.
don't feel like you wasted your money. You've supported two
sorry.
boys to eat. something.
I'm gonna go buy another Coke Zero.
Yeah.
After this.
Thank you.
Thank
But
you.
no, unfortunately not. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. What have we missed?
I don't think we're going to finish on what we'd buy. How
Oh,
much is
yeah.
ND MX5? I guess you can live with an MD MX5 now, but you couldn't as like a single car forever.
No, I could live with it now. I don't think they're under 40.
Let's have a look.
Belgrave.
I don't know why I put Belgrave, but anyway, we'll put Belgrave. Build and price. Oh my
Oh,
god!
yeah, dude.
No
They're
way.
so expensive, man. They're so expensive.
Wait, so they must only have one grade now.
Yeah, it's just the
The RF
Yeah.
GT.
You can't get a soft top anymore,
Are you serious?
dude.
That's crazy.
That is insanity.
Wow.
Sanity.
So you can't get. So this is the cost of a Mazda MX-5
I'm sorry, but what? Can you read that?
in Victoria.
58,477
Starts at 58
driveway.
grand. That's a ridiculous amount. If you buy one for that money, I just feel sorry for you. Oh, hang on. Sorry.
I don't feel sorry. You're getting incredible.
That's an RF.
Oh
The
wait.
soft top is cheaper.
Okay, you can get the. It's still almost 50 grand, man.
That's a lot of money.
Hey,
They're making a big profit margin on that. 46.
46 grand for the Roadster soft top. So I would always get a soft top MX-5, 100%. But that's still a lot of money, man, and that's a discount as well. M Day.
M day off.
What's M Day?
For one day only, apparently. September 13th. That's a great day to buy.
That's today.
Yeah. Oh,
M
your
day.
first three. Okay, so you get first three services free, but they're like some of the
Okay.
cheapest. Year 5 is the most expensive. If you're going to buy an MX-5, buy it through Castles Buy. We'll actually get you a discount. That's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
I don't know what I would buy now, honestly, for under 40 grand.
You
Maybe
still
I
haven't
would.
answered the bloody question.
Maybe I would just get a Renault Duster and call it a day. You know?
Actually,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
No, I wouldn't because
Nah.
Monique can't drive manual.
You've got to get something that you can actually. I mean, yeah. I think just i20N. Call it a day. i20N. Call it a day.
Maybe. That's the only thing that really comes to mind, isn't
Why are
it?
you googling cherry?
Seeing what cherries I can get for a
No.
lot of money.
No.
For a little bit of money.
I mean, yeah, you can get almost 2 Tigo 4s.
GWM. How much is a tank? They're like 47.
You can get a H6 GT FEV for how much?
52 or something.
But you could still get an H6 FEV, I think, for low 40s maybe.
And then you are driving an H6. Yeah, you know
Too
what?
much. Too much for the
You know
Tank
what?
300.
I don't know. Let me get back to you on that one. I can't think. What would you buy?
Yeah. What would you buy? Siddharth says, I've seen every car review you guys have on your channel.
I don't believe you.
That is insane.
And if you have, then
I think we've got
you
800.
probably watch more videos than me.
Yeah. I think we've got 800 plus or something.
That might include shorts though.
Yeah, but still, like, it'd be at least 500-600
Yeah.
real
You
reviews.
deserve a badge for that. Ooh,
That's
That
unbelievable.
is you know what? Someone made a comment. MG4. Maybe I would like an MG4 rear-wheel drive. What a great little thing that is.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
I really like.
I think that's not a bad option. You'd go for an EV. Interesting.
an MG4 specifically.
Yeah, I know, but still, like, you could have any new car. You go for an EV.
Yeah, probably.
Interesting. So I have got to finish his comment. I need suggestions for a car around 30K. Mostly city suburb driven. Prefer electric. Oh. Would you buy new or second hand? First car, single user. For 30K and electric, you're probably going to have to go secondhand.
Have to just get a used MG4.
I mean, actually, yeah, now that we're on the topic of MG4, it is a fantastic car. I mean, you can get the base for 37, but still
And
a
you'll
little
be
bit
able to
outside the budget.
Negotiate more. Actually, if you want a really cheap one, you can do they still sell the GWM?
The Aura. I wouldn't recommend the Aura. I wouldn't.
For 34,990, you go through Car Stores Buy, you could probably get it for about 30K.
If you want to drive a funky cat, that's
Sure.
on you. I don't know if I'd recommend. Look, if you want an electric car for 30K, it's going to be tricky, but I would probably look on the used market for an MG4. I think that'd be a really good
Whatever
car to
you
go
do,
for.
do not buy a Nissan Leaf because
No.
that battery will overheat.
Oh, that
Air-cooled.
entire
I can't
platform
believe
is horrendous. Yeah.
Anthony Bouget. Again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. What the heck?
You're going to make me cry.
What the heck?
You're
Go
gonna
have
make
a
me
couple
cry.
cocktails tonight, guys. Thanks for the chats.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
And you
very
know what?
much.
Because you said that, we will. Just know that. We will.
You've been fisted again. I hope you enjoy a good fisting.
Yes.
Wait, we can add a goal.
Can we?
All right. I want 50 super chats.
Your goals are too lofty, Matt.
Red and a higher, and we have 15 minutes. And to share how I'll celebrate, lots of fisting. All right. We've just it says an error occurred. Maybe I can't say fisting.
I think it's
lots of
love.
love.
Does it work? Oh yeah,
Nice.
baby.
All right, guys. We have just set a goal.
Of
We need
50 super chats.
we need
I don't even
50
know what that
red
means.
super chats. That
What's a
means
red super
above
chat?
$100.
Oh crap! I was almost about to donate. Okay.
So if we don't achieve that, I'll be very sad. By the way, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to Tech Source. It's where we release all about tech videos and reviews, and you definitely want to check it out. But I'll leave a link. I'll leave a link for you.
And you know what, Anthony? Once again, you're a legend.
Thank you, man.
That is very kind of
It's
you.
very kind.
All right, let's get back to some more questiones. I want a new Merc GLC. Oh no, you don't want. Of course, Habib is saying you want a new Merc GLC for 200K. I have to say, guys, some of Mercedes' new products, they ain't looking too hot
Oh my
to me.
god!
They ain't looking too hot.
Can we show you the GLC?
What the hell is that thing? The EQ thing?
Go watch my walk around of the Munich Auto Show.
That is just no good.
Ugliest car I've ever seen.
And meanwhile, the Mercedes designers are throwing shade at BMW. Yeah.
Ugliest car I've ever seen. And I don't say that
Oh.
lightly. I love a good ugly car, but you cannot tell me that is a good looking car. You cannot tell me that is good looking. Like, what do you have to?
It
be
looks
on?
like a fish with a gaping mouth.
It's just disgusting
it's just
design,
no good.
man. Compare that to a BMW iX3, the iX3, and before you all throw
And look at the
shade.
tail lights. They look cheap. They
Yeah.
look like something from a cheap Chinese car, frankly.
Yeah, no, they do. I reckon if you covered the badge, you wouldn't even know what car it was.
Yeah.
Okay, website doesn't even work. Look at that. Okay,
And you get mad at me when I break our website.
there we go.
Oh, only if you have a trackpad.
Like, I'm sorry, and also it looks so much worse in person. There you go. You can see the alt text there as well. But anyway, just the ugliest thing.
What's the most comfortable ute to buy? Oh, that's a good question. Comfort.
GWM Canon Alpha is extremely comfortable because
Yeah,
it
but
has
it's-
coil springs.
But it's also, isn't it like quite floaty as well?
No, it's not.
No?
Not the Canon Alpha.
What am I thinking of? There was one
Jack
recently.
T9 was
Yeah.
extremely floaty.
I mean, yeah, don't get a Jack T9. If you want a comfortable ute, don't get a Jack T9.
Tasman? I haven't driven a Tasman on Australian roads.
You know what? The Tasman might be the most comfortable ute you can buy.
There you go, Tasman. We've just
might,
saved your
It
saves.
actually might be. It actually might be. Like, the interior, it literally feels like you're driving an SUV when you're driving that car.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, actually, probably the Tasman.
Tuned by Graham Gambold,
Legend.
who is an
Legend.
Aussie dude who's extremely good at what he does.
What's the best car you'd recommend for a P plater? Says Ray Blitz.
Something used.
Something that you don't mind shunting around a bit because you're most likely going to have an accident with it. If we're being honest, you're going to have some form of, you're going to scratch something. Like, you don't want something nice and new and expensive.
I know what car I would buy under 40 grand.
Really?
Yeah.
We're going to go back to that?
Yeah.
All right, go for
It
that
just hit
first.
me. The Mahindra 3XO. And then
Really?
I would use that that 15,000, or let's say I bought the top spec, I'd use that $13,000 I saved to take myself on a really nice holiday to Japan. That's what I'd do.
Yeah, but you're assuming that he said, I'm going to give you 40K. What do you buy?
Yeah.
It might be you get to buy one car under 40K. Which one? You don't necessarily get the extra cash.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So you might as well use as much of the budget as you can. So, go back to thinking.
Maybe
alright?
like
go back to
maybe
thinking.
like a hybrid base model Kia Sportage.
And that's a good safe option, to be honest.
I'm just thinking about future proofing. Like, what situation do I only have 40K and that's it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, you know what mine would be? A Jack T9. That's what mine would be.
only if you use Castles buy. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're paying ridiculous sums.
So Habib said, P-Plater, I recommend a Coles or Aldi trolley. That's a fair point.
If you're buying a new car and you're a P-Plater, either get a Cherry Tiggo 4, and not hybrid, just Cherry Tiggo 4, Mahindra 3XO, and that's it.
Yeah, and if you guys are interested in buying a Coles trolley, we do have a review on the channel. So make sure you look up
Yeah, try and find it. I don't even know what it
Matt
is.
Brand Cars trolley review. Can you send it in the chat? I'm pretty sure we shot a review of a trolley once.
We did. We definitely did.
That was many years ago. Yeah. Oh, it got less than 3,000 views.
And it was a 7-minute video, and I put a disclaimer saying this video is not in any way endorsed or sponsored by Woolworth.
Oh, that is so funny. We actually reviewed a Woolworths trolley.
There you go.
That's a little known fact.
Will you address the issues you got with the Suzuki front?
Issues you got wrong with the Suzuki front, like the Fronks? What did I get wrong with the Fronks?
Yeah, Dragon didn't get anything.
What did I get wrong with the Fronks? You tell me. I got nothing wrong with the Fronks.
Let me guess. You're from India, because Indian audience.
Let me guess,
seems
you
to
own a
get
Fronks.
very upset about us talking smack about
Yeah.
the Suzuki Fronks.
The new Nissan Leaf looks really good. It does look really good. Definitely looks better than the old one. That's for sure.
But the new Nissan Leaf is an SUV.
It's more of it's less a Leaf, more of like a branch.
The whole point of the Leaf was it was a little hatchback.
Yeah.
And that's gone.
Nissan has been going down, and Mercedes and the Germans ... Yeah, it is a bit like, I mean, you were over there, you saw it.
Oh, it was sad.
firsthand.
It was a
It
sad
is
show. I don't care what anyone else says. It was sad. It was a sad show, and it made me sad. And I wanted to just leave at that point. I was just done. It was literally just like barely any cars. The brands that the biggest German brands, and maybe apart from BMW. BMW had a massive stand of like 6 or 7 cars, and obviously the iX3 is actually like cool and innovative. Then you go to the Mercedes stand, you see the GLC, because obviously EQC naming didn't work. You see the GLC and you just look at it and you're like, okay, bye, I'm done. I don't care how good that thing is to drive. It's just the ugliest thing in the world. They had a concept car there that literally looked like a Maserati MC20, so they clearly can't have an original thought these days.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just done by that.
Yeah, 100%.
Volkswagen only had they literally had the same car copy and pasted for the different brands.
Mm-hmm.
It was the ID Cross, which was the same as whatever the Skoda thing they had there was, which was the same as whatever the Cupra Raval was. And don't get me wrong, it might be a great car, but if you're just copying and pasting the same car over and over again, it's not very exciting, is it?
No.
Or innovative. It's just cost effective. So anyway, I could go on.
I agree.
I could go on.
I agree with you. In your X-Trail review, you said there were 4 categories of cars: budget, family, premium, and luxury. What other cars would you describe as premium in that category?
BMW, Mercedes.
I would even put, like, in that category, I guess, is the Santa Fe in the same category as the X-Trail. I would
Depends if
probably,
you're talking about brands or not. Are you talking about brands or cars?
if we're talking about cars, I would probably put the Santa Fe in the premium category. I would put BMW and Mercedes in the luxury categories still.
They're not. They've never been there. They don't even call themselves luxury. They call themselves premium. Luxury.
They call themselves premium, but if we're talking like this is our categorization, right? I don't even did I say that or did you say that? I don't remember the X-Trail review.
I don't know.
But if we're splitting it up into budget, family, premium, luxury, it's an interesting way of doing it.
I don't think I would have split it up in that way because I wouldn't have put family in there.
When was the X-Trail review?
There's been lots of X-Trail reviews.
Oh my god, 2023 I think was the last time we reviewed the
You
X-Trail.
described the X-Trail as premium. I think.
I think yeah, in 2023 was the last time we filmed an
Nissan are
extra.
trying to be premium, but whether they achieve it or not is up for debate.
Maybe we said it was a premium feeling car. I don't know.
Definitely is, but like at the same time, like it does feel good, especially in the e-power. That feels actually pretty good.
Because that what I'm trying to say is, if you put X-Trail as premium, then you have to put BMW and Mercedes as luxury in that categorization.
That would be fair. Yeah, you wouldn't put them in the same category.
No.
That's for sure.
No. Because obviously, I mean, but then obviously you've got like other levels of luxury that are far higher than that. So, I don't know. Would you consider the F-150 a good ute? Yeah, I mean, it's more of like a large pickup truck kind of segment.
It's
Or
really
not large
expensive.
pickup truck. It's actually in the US, the F-150 is considered like a light pickup, like quite a small car.
The F-150.
yeah.
It's a full size pickup.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought the F-150 was like small, and then you got like F-250.
No, there's like
350.
those are like actual trucks.
Yeah.
But it's not
It's
a
still
light
heavy.
truck. It's still a full size truck.
Oh, okay.
And then the other ones are like heavy duty. I mean, what do they call it? Don't they call it a
Super duty.
The F-250 is a super duty. over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
The
No,
F-450
that's
is
a
a
s-
literal truck.
It's got like 6 wheels. It's got it's got 6 wheels. I think
Some maybe the
Or the Super
F-350
Duty.
comes with, or you can get spec.
they're so cool. Like honestly, they look incredible.
Oh my god, it's so expensive.
It's so expensive. Like why would you buy one?
To buy one in Australia,
300 grand
converted is
almost.
about 300 grand.
Yeah. All right. Would you okay? Not comparable to the Chinese car shows, even though Chinese brands still have a long way to go to catch up. They're the ones pulling tricks in the bag with new designs. Yep, pretty much. Like, yeah, like if you look at our coverage of the Shanghai Auto Show, it's just mind-blowing what you see over there. Mind-blowing. Deepal K50 Hunter pickup will end up in Australia. I see them around Thailand. They are nice. I'm pretty sure that's coming to Australia, for sure.
Looks
Yeah.
a bit funny. It's
It's
range
like
extender.
it's like a Fev.
like a
I guess it
Peugeot.
is.
Literally the front end is
It
like
really
a
does look like a
carbon copy
Peugeot,
of a
actually.
Peugeot.
Yeah.
To show the people.
So I guess it's a series hybrid.
It literally looks like a Peugeot at the front.
That's cool. I actually quite like the look of that, to be honest. I actually really think Deepal's designs are some of the best looking cars.
I'm Deepal.
You know
Hi.
what? When I was driving the thing, it didn't once say anything to me.
They probably got rid of
They
it.
got rid of it. It used to be like whenever you get in the car, it'd be like, "Hi, I'm Deepal, your deepest driving companion."
No, but the screen would turn to you slowly like this.
Don't you mean the sunflower display, bro?
Hi. Hi there.
It would be like, it would do like a little tilt, like a cute little head tilt. You know, like I'm Wally.
Imagine that this is what
Oh,
happens
God.
to you, right? It's like, hi, I'm Deepal. Your deepest driving companion.
Watch our viewers. Watch our viewers just drop,
Spike.
just plummet. That is a disturbing thing to see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. This is why we don't let him have cocktails. You know, you shouldn't have donated that money.
Cocktail time.
It's gonna get worse.
Take her.
So I just found out the automatic WRX is P-plate
Oh
approved.
my god, it really did drop.
You silly boy.
Unreal.
So I was planning on getting my hands on one. Automatic, I mean, it depends on which series you're talking about. For me, the WRX hasn't been that inspiring for quite a while.
WRX is possibly, like, not just a stock WRX, is possibly the most disappointing car
Yep.
you could drive as a car enthusiast.
I think especially if you're the kind of car enthusiast that always looked at the WRX as being like there's an aura around it. You know what I mean? And then when you get into one and you're like, oh, is this a
it's quite
WRX?
slow.
You're like, what the hell? This thing it doesn't even sound good.
The shift doesn't even feel good.
Yeah. Disappointing. That being said, though, I did drive a WRX TS, I think it's called. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, maybe. Something
Yeah.
like that.
And that was freaking awesome. That thing was really cool, really fast. It has keyless entry on the boot. Don't know what you're talking about. Germans were disappointing at the German show. Yep, pretty much. That was Matt's experience. Looking for a second car to mainly drive to the train station. Looking at some small, fun to drive manuals. Out of a Honda Jazz, Mazda 2, and Fiat 500, which would you go for?
Fiat 500. Terrible
Yeah,
car.
that's just a bad recommendation.
But if you're looking for fun and cheap,
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
You'll
100%.
find it in
It's
that
got
car.
character in buckets. Maybe.
depends how reliable you need it.
Yeah.
Do you need it
the
to
Honda
reliably?
Jazz, the Honda Jazz will never break. Will never break. You buy one, and it will never break.
Yeah.
They are so rock solid. They still sell don't they still sell the Jazz as like the Fit or something in Japan?
In Japan, yeah, but
Yeah.
not here.
It's a shame. The Jazz was a really popular car. I
I
think
think they still sell the Jazz in New Zealand.
Oh yeah, that's right. We saw. Yeah, we went to New Zealand a couple of weeks ago, guys. I've never seen so many Japanese imports.
Oh yeah, it's
In
about
my
50%
life.
of the cars they have there. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's insane.
Someone asked, did you miss all the cars in the city centre? Yes, I wasn't there for the cars in the city centre because we had to fly out on that same day. But from all accounts, the city centre was nothing. It was just pales in comparison to what it was. And also the show itself, the industry show is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And now what they're trying to do is in the city centre have these cars, these very small, insubstantial activations that are like dealerships. They're essentially just trying to sell cars. So it's not what it was. And you couldn't even compare it to the Chengdu Motor Show in China. You couldn't even compare it to a fifth.
That's like
rate.
a local, like a really local, not really local, but yeah, like that region.
You just can't.
No.
So I don't even care that there was stuff in Munich city centre. What are they going to show me? Literally the same cars I saw at the stands?
Mm-hmm. Are there any? Oh, I think Mazda 2 is the best option if you want to buy a small fun hatch. They are okay. They're front wheel drive. They're good little things. Remember when we went to the Mazda 2 launch? We drifted one around the car park.
I don't know if we got time to do that.
No, we did. I remember doing it.
And
you were in the car with me when I did it.
I barely remember it.
Yeah, we I think they put like plastic wheels on the back, and then we just pulled the handbrake and it was quite fun. Are there any upcoming car brands that you guys are interested in, like Jetour or Baek or Changan? Changan will just be, I guess, more decal like products. Jetour is so cool. Some of the products. Have a look at Jetour.
Yeah, like the off-roady.
They're a Cherry group.
iQore.
No, that's not part of it.
No, but I'm saying iQore is another.
Oh
one
yeah,
that's exciting. ICAUR.
iCar. What we thought was iCar, they're bringing in as iQore.
Yeah. Apple
because
stopped them.
I don't know. Was it Apple?
Yeah, the Apple iCar is a trademark.
Is that the trademark that stopped them though? I didn't know that. Interesting. I heard about that, but I wasn't sure. Anyway, it's pretty funny because I discovered that when they had a sign up, and I was like, that looks like it says iQore, not iCar. And I asked someone, and they were like, yeah, it's not called iCar anymore. I'm like, great, okay. What are your thoughts on the Xpeng brand in Australia?
Do you know what's Xpeng?
Xpeng.
And it's
Yes.
Xiaopeng is the owner of the company. Technically what it's called as well. But I think Xpeng. I think they're another company that's going to stop selling through a distributor.
Yeah, they'll probably go
If
direct.
that's not already confirmed, I think that might have.
Do you reckon they'll go direct?
Yeah, I think they'll go direct. Or they'll do like a BYD. But
Mm.
I think the current distributor is like not good.
No.
And they're not selling as many cars as they really could because the Xpeng G6 is fantastic.
And they're going to be bringing in some fantastic products to Australia that we know about. So, yeah, I mean, I think Xpeng is one of the brands that could do really well in Australia.
By the way, if you want the latest like news and stuff, make sure you follow carsource.com. We post every day for news and review stuff. So
if you guys didn't even know we had a website, we do.
Yeah.
And it's actually, we put a lot of time and energy and love and sweat and tears into it.
You can find the latest news.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So
Article went out just today. Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks for the weekend article. But yeah, just check out carsource.com. I think we're better than everyone else.
Yeah.
I mean that.
You would think that. New GWM dual cab or used Triton? We don't like tech too much and prefer overall vehicle longevity.
What was the question?
GWM, Canon, I guess.
Yeah.
Or Triton, a used Triton.
Get a GWM Canon.
I mean, it's you can't comment on longevity for such new products. That's the thing, right? Like the Triton is a pretty rock solid product, but then again, if you're buying used, that comes with all the risks of buying used. If you buy a GWM Canon brand new, you're covered by what's the warranty on those? 7
7 year warranty.
7 years?
It's technically 10 years on a Triton, but at the same time, like that's with about 1,000 different caveats. So
Yeah.
um,
That's like if you service and do all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah, so I would probably take a look at the GWM Cannon at least and give it a drive and see what you think.
both are full-time four-wheel drives.
Yeah. I think, there's plenty of off-road tech for the Cannon as well, like as standard. It's comfortable on the interior. It's got nice, spacious back seats. It's a really good, like, solid ute for the price. And it has got tech. It's definitely got tech, like any Chinese car. But I don't think it's not like all on the screen like you see in some
The
cars.
Trident was the worst
Yeah.
riding ute I have ever sat in.
Yeah, but the new ones.
The new one.
Yeah, but they're talking about an older one probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
The older ones have issues with tipping.
Yeah.
Because they kept extending. They kept the wheelbase the same over like 30 years, and then they kept extending out the bed, and so the back wheels are too far forward. So if you put too much weight in the back, it actually tips.
It's called a wheelie, bro.
No,
It's called a wheelie.
it's a duo because you'd have two
Yeah.
wheels. I
The
guess,
problem
on
with
there.
doing a wheelie on a car is that you can't steer.
So I'm not a huge fan of I like the older Tridents, but they're so old. They feel old.
Do you think? Oh, okay. Actually, sorry, I skipped one. Legend for us. Are Jayco J7s worth it, or save the extra dollars and just go Tiggo 7, as they are essentially the same car? I would say it depends on the person. I think you probably have to go and sit in both of them back to back. The Tiggo, the Jayco definitely feels more premium, but you're right. Under the skin, it's pretty much just a Tiggo, and if you don't care about all the extra bells and whistles, you're really not getting much more for your money at the end of the day.
I like the Jayco.
It's nice. It drives well. It doesn't drive any differently to a Tiggo. It just looks more interesting on the interior. That's kind of like how I would describe it. And it's got a more like Range Rover-y looking exterior. Do you think it's a crime that VW doesn't offer the petrol option across more of the Amarok range? Yes. It's a bloody crime. Lock them up.
They wouldn't sell any.
Amarok Gate.
People don't buy petrol utes. They just don't.
Yeah, I mean, people are more interested in range and efficiency and, pulling power.
Diesel.
Diesel power.
People do not buy petrol vehicles.
All
petrol,
right.
petrol utes, I should say. Except the only caveat to that is the BYD Shark 6, but and even the GWM Cannon, but as in like pure petrol. No.
Purple Panda Guy pointed out an error that I apparently made in my Suzuki Fronx video. The Suzuki Fronx does have keyless entry on the boot besides the boot release. Cool. I didn't know that. I lived with the car for...
Make a public apology right now.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to apologize because I lived with the car for a week, and if I couldn't bloody work out where the keyless entry on the boot was, I think that's more an assessment of the car than me.
Car sucks.
Sucks. Hey guys, I have a Ranger Raptor on order. Still your most fun ute? 100%. Oh,
What else?
it is. It is by far the most fun.
Yeah,
I for a second thought about the Shark 6 because it's like quite fast in a straight line.
Yeah.
But the Raptor just
Raptor is more
sounds
fun.
and like you can go that fast off road. Like you can like tear up a field. You know, if you look at a field and go, I don't want there to be grass on that field anymore, you can just do that in a Raptor.
Disappear.
You can just make the grass disappear.
Yeah, Raptor it's coolest.
And it
There's no
sounds so cool in Baja mode.
They are
so loud.
ubiquitous.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, you see them everywhere.
See them everywhere. So they're not as like special as they once were, but still,
But
you
same
feel
with sharks. You can see them everywhere.
you do feel special driving one. You feel like you've got the lowest hanging fruit, even if everyone around you thinks you have the smallest fruit.
That's very true.
It's like a Mustang. Mustang sounds awesome when you're driving. You feel so cool, but then you're outside one and you just think,
Yeah. You always feel better when you're in one than outside one. Yeah. Which is, I guess, if you own one.
yeah, cool.
As long as you don't have that much self-awareness, you know?
Yeah,
What do you guys think of Honda's future here? The Civic is selling really poorly because it's over 10K more than a Corolla. I've also barely seen any of the new Accords since they were released.
Well, last time I checked, they sold about 12 Accords a month.
That is so crazy because the Accord and the Camry, is that right? Yeah, always like in the States, I'm pretty sure it's still an ongoing rivalry. There's like diehard Honda fanboys, diehard Toyota fanboys, but in Australia, it just doesn't exist.
No,
Like no one,
Probably because
everyone just goes for the Camry or the Corolla.
the agency model is a dumb,
Mm.
dumb model that Honda only
They
do.
seem to be quite happy with it.
I don't think they are. I think they'll tell us they are.
Yeah.
I don't think they are. Their sales is terrible.
Yeah.
It's a really dumb model because the reason they did it was not for a dumb reason. They did it because the biggest complaint people have when purchasing a car, which you, by the way, don't ever have to experience if you use Car Source Buy, is that they hate the salesiness of going to a dealer. It's quite an anxiety, whatever. And they don't like that some people get better prices than not. But actually, what in reality people love that, and that's why Honda sales have gone down. Not because the cars are bad, because they're priced so bad and they can't respond to market pricing. Because for whatever reason, in Australia only and New Zealand only, they've moved to an agency model as a test.
Yeah. What are your
Poops.
What are your thoughts on getting the iPhone Air this year instead of the Pro models?
Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, like it's a very cool piece of tech. I really like the form factor, like the fact that they've gotten it down to 5.6 mil thick. But I will never accept a phone upgrade that is actually a downgrade to the battery and the camera. The two most important things in a phone to me are the battery and the camera. And it's why I always end up going for the Pro Max model, mostly because we have to use our phones for filming all the time. So, whatever option, it doesn't matter what it is, it has to have the best possible camera, essentially.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a cool looking phone. I love that selfie camera, but the Pro models get that too. I love the fact that it's titanium. The Pro models aren't titanium anymore.
I actually couldn't care less about
I
that.
don't think it matters that much. I would much rather have a phone that stays cool and just has a better battery life and works better, to be honest.
It's too compromised, and I would never buy the first of really anything. It's an unproven thing really at the moment. So I think you're going to be a beta tester.
Interesting.
And I think what you'll find is that I mean the fact it's such a red flag that they would suggest that like you get up to 30 hours of battery life, video playback, may I add, if you use the battery extender accessory. So which is about as big as a phone. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but that's me.
Yeah, whereas the I think the Pro Max this year gets something like a 30%. Is that right? 30% more battery. That's what they say.
It goes from like 32 hours to 38 hours in
Yeah.
watch time. But again, that's also a red flag. Like why are they mentioning video?
Why can't they just give it to us in milliamp hours like everyone else?
Here's the crazy
Shit.
part: is that
Like,
they
we
don't
can
need
find-
to.
Yeah,
The phone's gonna be
we
great.
can find out the milliamp hours like in some weird mathy way, but why can't they just give it to us? You know,
It's very Apple.
it's very Apple. And we have a donation. I didn't even see this. Edward Cobley.
Oh,
Thank
what
you
a
for
legend.
your $7.99 donation, mate. You are a legend. Tickle my pickle. Here you go.
Yeah. Oh, no.
The best car is the JCW Clubman. It's like a rocket-powered bread box. Keep up the awesome reviews and keep advocating for the K cars.
You're right.
We're not going
Edward.
to stop.
Because of the $7.99, I will also agree with you heavily. The JCW Clubman is possibly the best car I've ever driven.
That's how you get him to say anything about cars.
Wow.
All you have to do is tickle his pickle,
I'm
give him
reminiscing.
$7.99, and talk about the bread top cars.
Thank you. Thank you, Edward.
Bread box.
I'm going to call you Eddie. Thanks, Eddie.
What if he doesn't like that?
Now I'm going to call him
Asshole.
Edward. But he has to give me money to let me know that he doesn't like it.
Faffy Gaff. I check the Car Stores website every lunch break at work. You're a real one. You're a real one. We love you for that.
Arigato gozaimasu.
That is very cool of you, actually.
That's very cool. Thank you.
I am one of the 2 or so people that reacts to all the articles.
Hey, maybe after today you'll be one of 3.
You know what? If we can get a few more reactions, I'd really appreciate it. And you know what? Maybe we do get some comment sections under some articles, but it'd be good to get more of a
Engage.
comment section, culture and community going on the website.
We want a
That'd
bit
be
of
really
a
cool.
just fight.
Yeah, we want vigorous debate.
Yeah, debate.
Vigorous debate.
Maybe we just need some really clickbaity type. Like maybe we just need some contentious.
Should we just do only clickbait on the website now?
Yes.
Do you guys want to see only clickbait articles? Like the new Tesla Model Y killer for $10,000.
The moke.
This electric mini moke will do 0 to 100 from. Will beat your Tesla off at the line. All right, where are we? What are your thoughts? Oh, we've already answered that one. Do you have any inside source on the newly facelifted Tank 500 coming to Australia soon?
Like they
No.
could literally. The thing about Chinese car manufacturers, they will sell the same named car with completely different everything everywhere. So yes, it might be facelifted somewhere, but definitely don't expect that to just come here. You know.
True. But I mean, I'm sure they'd want to bring it here.
Probably, yeah.
Is the Tank 500 even selling well? I feel like it's a phenomenal car, but I don't see very many on the roads. That's for sure.
I don't know. I saw one yesterday.
Yeah. I've been told you cannot get aftermarket parts for Chinese new cars for 2 years. Is that true?
No.
No. I
What a
where have you heard
broad
that?
brush
For
statement.
any Chinese car, that's a crazy thing to.
Jacob goddamn crashed the Jack T9, and we still got parts within like a week.
Is
of
that
requesting
aftermarket though?
It's not aftermarket, but
No.
yeah, go on to AliExpress. Like, I don't know. Maybe like ADR complied ones. I don't know.
I'm not sure. There's too many qualifiers for that statement, I think. Hi guys, love the channel. What do you think of the Lexus brand? I love Lexus. I think they're one of the best brands. Lexus, if you pay me some money, I'll say you're even better.
How much have they paid you?
No, I actually genuinely like Lexus products. Like every time, and it's been a long time since we've last driven a Lexus, to be
It
honest.
has been.
But every time I get into a Lexus, I'm reminded of like what luxury build quality should be, and luxury materials, attention to detail. Like they have some of the best sound systems of any, like the NX350H. I don't know if you remember that one, like from ages ago.
Oh yeah.
Had one of the best. Was it a Burmester? No,
It's Mark Levinson.
Mark Levinson.
But there's two different
yeah.
types. There's Mark Levinson and there's Mark Levinson reference.
Yes, this was the reference, and it was fantastic sound quality, like audiophile level, really, really good. Not to mention, I loved the Lexus LBX, which is not the most popular car to love, but I really love that car. And I really want to drive the Maurizio edition. When will you be able to test drive the Zeekr 7X? Very soon. We've got something planned for you. We've got something planned specifically for you. What are your thoughts on the new Ram 1500 RHO? Looks pretty sick. Looks really cool, actually. I don't know if we're going to be getting it in Australia. I don't think it's been confirmed yet.
Which one?
The RHO.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like some super performance-y version of the 1500, I believe.
That's the one with, again, the same, like, what do they call it? Tornado engine or something?
No, it's a Hurricane. No,
Hurricane.
So the Hurricane is the V6 engine. This is it's got a V8 powertrain.
It definitely started.
It replaces the old TRX.
No, there you go. It features a twin turbo.
Oh no, the TRX had the
Yeah,
V8. So it's still got the
It's a
Hurricane.
twin turbo. I don't know. The V8, the supercharged V8 was really cool. I think it's just, I think it was such a silly car for that reason. I don't care how fast it is. Like, if it's not silly, I don't really care.
I mean, the TRX was so awesome.
You couldn't beat it because it was just stupid.
Yeah. But that being said, having driven the new Hurricane powertrain, it is objectively a better powertrain.
No doubt.
It's more efficient.
The V8 was old.
It's more efficient. It's fast. I think the Hemi V8 was like 30 or 40 years old.
Oh, it's based on like a
so
60s
old.
or 50s design. Yeah, it's very old.
Whereas, this Hurricane engine was a real modern like it was a great powertrain. But yeah, I mean, I hear you.
Unless it sounds good. You know, I want to hear like a blow-off valve or something. Something just to make up for the supercharger whine that made that car so cool. That was the only thing that really put a smile on your face, which is how dumb it was.
Yeah.
In my
I
opinion.
know you've deleted messages. What do you do?
Oh, some absolute idiot. I only deleted one message.
Oh, no. Thoughts on the GR Corolla in auto? Have I driven? No, I've only driven the manual. Can't comment. No idea.
And the GR Corolla in auto.
You drove it.
Boring.
Yeah.
If you're going to compare, like, it's not it's worse than driving the i30N with the 8-speed dual clutch. The 8-speed auto is just like it doesn't feel exciting in any way. The manual is definitely the way to go in a GR Corolla, 100%. And I don't say that, like, to be honest, if I was buying an i30N, I would buy it with the 8-speed dual clutch. I think it's the objectively better pairing for that car, but it's not the same for the 8-speed auto in the Corolla. It's just not.
No. And Mick Fitz says Lexus equals luxury export United States. That's how the name was born. That's wrong. That is actually factually wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that just a story?
No. So the story, I believe, like the actual thing that happened, I believe, is that Toyota went to a consulting company and they paid them a shitload of money to come up with really premium European sounding names because they wanted to enter the more global markets. And eventually they tested a bunch. I think some of them were really crap. And they tested a bunch and they eventually came up with the name Lexus. And then in the US market, people just made up the fact that it must mean luxury export to the United States, which was completely by accident. And then they just kind of, they were like, yeah, that's totally what we meant the entire time. But no, the reality is
Jacob is right. And it's just like Hyundai. So in America, they did a campaign to say it's Hyundai, because Americans can't pronounce Hyundai, apparently.
Yeah.
So, and now every time we put out a Hyundai video,
people are like, it's Hyundai.
People are like, why are you pronouncing it like that? It's Hyundai, like Sunday. And the only reason that it's ever pronounced Hyundai is because in the US, they can't pronounce Hyundai. If you go to Korea and you ask someone in Korea, which I've been to Korea many times now with Hyundai, if you ask them, how do you say Hyundai? They don't say Hyundai, they say Hyundai. So it's just like dumb stuff like
100%.
that. You'll hear this stuff, but it's not actually true.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a funny story with the Lexus name because it luxury export to the US actually ended up working quite well for them because Lexus sold really well in the US because a lot of people perceive the brand to be this really luxurious brand, which it definitely is. But at first, like they just really just wanted a luxurious sounding name. That's all they wanted. It has no actual meaning at all, which is kind of funny. Do you think the compact SUV segment will take over the hatchback sales? It already has.
Yeah,
hatchbacks are done, and it's pretty much all compact SUVs, crossovers, and SUVs and Utes. Yeah. Like that's the main sellers at the moment.
100%.
There's maybe a couple of hatchbacks that are still in the top 10. Corolla. Is the Corolla still up there? I don't even know.
Yes, the Corolla sedan though I think was really popular.
Yeah, true.
The Corolla has been up there because of Uber and fleets, but as private buyers, no one buys an i30 now unless it's an i30N because they only sell it as an N line now.
Yeah.
So why would you buy one?
Yeah.
Kia K4, but that's not even that's a sedan.
Well, they're going to bring the hatchback in. I think it's very soon.
So the reason they came with the K4 at first because it's so popular in Korea, but the hatch isn't, so they don't even bother.
Well, in Korea, the K4 that we've got now, the sedan, is the K4. The hatchback that we're going to be getting is actually a K3, I believe, because the Cerato, I'm pretty sure the Cerato in Korea is called the K3. Yeah, but we're going to be getting that as the K4 hatch.
That's a sedan, though.
Oh, no, that's the sedan Cerato.
I think the Kia K4 hatch is actually different. There you go.
Yeah,
that looks cool.
It's
like a wagon.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm like, why would you get the sedan, which it just doesn't look quite right from the rear three quarters. This, to me, it looks like the K4 was always meant to be this kind of like wagon style car.
It looks so much better.
Have GWM made a mistake giving us only the two-wheel drive H7? It looks like it's a car that looks like it should be a four-wheel drive. I 100% agree. It should be a four-wheel drive. But it's really not. Like if you actually look at the underpinnings of it, it has all the rugged design language, but it's not a four-wheel drive at all.
It's literally a Haval H6 under the skin.
Yeah, it's the same exact car.
But better because it's more comfortable.
Yeah, that's true. It's crazy how different it feels.
Oh, it feels so different, even though under the skin it's literally the same car. Oh, I can't scroll. But for whatever reason, it just feels so much better. I mean, I know why, because the seats are actually a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Would you do a review for the upcoming 2026 RAV4? if we get the invite from Toyota, 100% we'll be there.
Without
We
doubt.
will definitely be there. Like that, undoubtedly, is going to be one of the most anticipated cars coming out next year.
Yeah.
So, 100% we will get many videos out on that car. Gummy Bums says, "You guys have sold me. I'm getting a Lexus for my next car.
Cool.
Awesome.
You'll like it. And you know what?
You'll
Your
enjoy it.
resale value will actually be decent.
Yeah. And also, I feel like there's a lot of like after sales stuff with Lexus as well, right?
Yeah, you can get valet parking.
Yeah,
checks and-
there's that. There's a whole bunch of other stuff though to do with Lexus. So I think it's not just
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're buying something. Like
it's a luxury good.
if I was
the
to
end of the
buy a
day.
luxury car,
It'd probably be a
oh,
Lexus.
sorry, a premium car, I would
I would
it-
strongly consider a Lexus.
it would
me
be
personally.
BMW or Lexus. BMW for driving
Mm.
and Lexus for comfort.
But the thing is, guys, you know, what do you do most of the time in your car?
Drive.
At least us. Yeah. No, I'm. You know what I'm trying to say.
No,
right?
I 100%. Like, are
Like,
you cornering? Like, it
You're
depends
not
where
going
you
to be
are.
corner carving every day. I mean, maybe you are, and then you go for the BMW for sure.
Yeah.
But us personally, like living around town, doing errands, like you just want something comfortable and easy and nice. Are you guys based in Melbourne? Yes, we are. Are you based in Melbourne? Maybe I'll look out for you in your Lexus. Why are you laughing?
Where are you based?
Are you based? Ooh. What is the opinion on Kia Tasman SX? Did they sell 800 of them? Also, did they sell 800 of them?
I want to say,
Opinions.
may I just say, we made up about 0.5% of the sales of Tasman last month. So you're welcome.
You're welcome, Kia. I'll be waiting for the check in the mail. Alright.
Honestly, guys, if you want to buy a Kia Tasman, you want a discount, we
Yeah.
can help you out. Castles Buy. Google us.
Do you know if and when the MG7 is coming?
No idea.
No. Me neither.
You're going to their launch. You can ask them. Watered down 2025 MG7 approved.
That just looks like an MG5 to me.
It does. Actually, you know what? I saw it in China. I thought it was really cool.
So it's what, like
At the motor show.
it's a bigger MG5, I guess.
Yeah. Hopefully not with 0-star safety.
You think they would have learned from that? What was Jacob's job interview like? All right, you ready? Let's
Yeah.
do this. All right, we're gonna reenact.
I don't know what we're doing.
We're reenacting.
I
my
was
job
sitting like
interview.
this and you were looking at me
I was
like this.
So ask me the first question that you asked me during the job interview.
How much do you need to get paid?
Look, I'll be honest. I'm not going to be cheap. All right, but what I am going to be is effective. And if you want an effective but not cheap employee, I'm your guy.
You know what, Jacob? 20 grand a year and you're hired.
Done.
Little did you know.
And that is why I'm still waiting on my first paycheck. But you know what? When he showed me the footage back and I saw the crossed fingers, I knew he got me dead to rights. He got me dead to rights. Any chance of a food channel, food source?
That sounds like a
If you guys haven't,
bad spiral.
if you guys haven't already, Matt actually used to run a mukbang channel.
What's the guy's name?
Avocado. Nick.
Yeah. You ever heard of Nico
You ever
Avocado?
heard of Nikocado Avocado?
Have you heard of Nicky Wiki Avocado?
This guy right here. How does Genesis stack up to Lexus? Stacks up pretty good.
Genesis is like,
Stacks up pretty good.
you know what, you're right. I hadn't actually thought about Genesis because they're, for some reason, easily forgettable. But
They
once
really
you drive
are.
a Genesis, you're like, ooh, that's pretty good.
I mean,
I really
be
like a
fair, though,
Genesis.
to be fair though, some of the new Hyundai products are really blurring the lines between Hyundai and Genesis. I won't say what I'm thinking of right now because the video will come out soon.
I see.
But some of the new Hyundai products are really getting close, and it makes you think what's the differentiation now for Genesis?
Yeah.
I still think Genesis is fantastic. I think if you're after old school luxury that's just build quality, Lexus still beats them. I think if you're after more of a higher tech experience, Genesis has more of the screens and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, very, very close, very close. And the value for money proposition is also there for Genesis. So, yeah, it stacks up pretty well to Lexus.
By
to
the
answer your
way,
question.
if you haven't, go subscribe to TechSource. Literally
Go
right
subscribe to TechSource.
That's
It'll
Tech
make me
Source
happy.
IO. You'll know because it looks like the same as Car Source.
Yeah.
But trust me, if you guys are into tech, even if you're not, you will enjoy those videos. So subscribe.
Yeah.
Please.
Gummy
Please.
Bums has asked, not sure how old you guys are, but have you ever driven 90s sports cars like the Toyota Supra Twin Turbo or Toyota Sora? I feel today cars can't match the charisma of these vehicles.
I'm 19. He's 31.
Why'd you say 31? You asshole. That is not funny.
What do we think? We haven't driven.
Unfortunately, I've never driven the legendary 2JZ Supra. I used to love the Toyota Sora. I would love to drive an old Sora. I just think they look so cool.
I want a Sera. I'm not even joking. The Toyota Sera, Sera.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Are they a Japanese import? I feel like I've seen them.
These.
Oh my god.
This was You know what? The McLaren F1 took the doors off of this car. This was just a random ass hatchback that had literally, what are these called? Are these gull wings or butterfly? Whatever they're called.
Are those suicide doors?
No, suicide doors are the ones that hinge forward.
Oh, they're
maybe butterflies, whatever they were.
I don't know, whatever they're called.
But these were the inspiration for the McLaren F1.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Oh, Andy O'Toole. Hey, sorry I've joined late. What do you think of the Deepal E07? It looks fugly but interesting.
Isn't there a review on that?
Yeah, I mean, there is a full... If you guys want to know my thoughts, you can watch the review. But that was a very... I had very little time to film that video. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I was rushing in that video. But to sum up my thoughts, really, really interesting. It drives quite well. It's very comfortable. The level of luxury and inclusions that you get at the price is crazy. And that Ute, not Ute, it's definitely not a Ute. I would just call it a really, really practical kind of wagony SUV thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not a real, like, I guess you can keep it open because there's a glass panel between the rear seats and the tray. So it does have that extra utility. But yeah, I would just call it like a really practical boot space. It's definitely not a truck of any kind. I don't know why they call it multi-truck. But yeah, it's a very cool car.
Dumb name.
Dumb name. Super dumb. Hate it. In fact, you know what, Matt? You put the tit in multi-truck. God. Do you think... just to make Matt smile, Matt, you're so looking amazing, man.
I know I am. You don't have to tell me.
Don't worry, Jacob. So do you. Thank you. I was about to lose it. You guys don't know I was about to lose it.
About to go bananas.
When are we doing coffee?
Never. I'm just going to tell you right now, Slav. It's just not going to happen.
I'll tell you what will happen. We can have a coffee, and then you can also have a coffee, but we're going to be in different places and probably at different times when that happens. Do you think if Hyundai and GM make a dual cab, it'll be a success? Hyundai and GM. Because there's the rumors that they're in collabs. It's too early to say. I mean, it honestly depends. Can they design a ute that doesn't look like a dead frog, like the Tasman?
Oh, got him. That's a bad one.
Don't choke on your... You're gonna end up looking like a Tasman soon as well.
No.
Oh man, you know, like it really does look like Sid from Ice Age, you know.
It really does.
To answer your question, yes, it has the potential to be a success. Do I think it will be? I have no idea. We don't even know what the thing looks like or what it's going to be like. So, the best thing of Melbourne is looking in a rear vision mirror of the car as you're driving.
That's either really deep and philosophical.
Oh, do you mean like? Oh, I get. Okay, like you're looking in the rearview mirror of the city as you're driving away. I get it. Yeah. Well, that's just a dumb comment. You know, now I feel sad. And,
I don't know if that is what you're saying.
Anyway. No, I think it's like the best part of Melbourne is when you see it in your rearview mirror as you're driving away.
My least favorite part is that the education system has failed.
To the point where we can't type comments. I mean, this guy's clearly not from Melbourne.
No offension. No offension.
You know what, bro? I want you to get in your car and drive away from Melbourne. Make sure you look in the rearview mirror.
It truly has failed.
Yeah.
It truly has failed. Oh no,
But honestly, this guy is probably from Sydney.
such a Sydney thing to say.
Such a Sydney thing to say. Yeah, enjoy your
Let
crappy
me guess,
coffee.
you're also Greek
Why are they all Greek?
or just ethnic.
Some form of ethnicity. Like the look of JQ J8. I haven't seen one on the road since its launch. Me neither, apart from the press vehicle that I drove.
Seen a few J7s.
To be fair, yeah, a lot of J7s, but no J8s. It's still very soon after the launch. How much do you reckon GWMs will depreciate in Australia? Can't wait to see a cheap Tank 500 for sale.
Four-wheel drives, no matter what they are,
Yeah,
they hold their value quite strongly. So it might be a while. It'll
you
happen.
might be waiting a while.
It just-
Go for the Tank 400 if that comes.
That's luxury. That's
Ooh,
pure
very
luxury.
nice, very nice. Hey guys, any idea when 7X test drives are going to start? Looks like even dealerships are not sure at this stage. No idea, to be honest. We haven't gotten any info about it.
I'm driving one next week, and not you.
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Gonna
of course.
launch.
Yeah, what am I talking about? You're literally going to it next week. So
I'm sure it's soon.
sorry, honest reviews. I'm sure if you keep up the honest reviews, you won't get invited to Zeek a little.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Clearly not paid, are you?
I'm kidding. No, you will. You will.
Poop.
Just keep making videos. I'm assuming you make videos. Good on you. Good on you.
Man, easy.
Hey guys, did you keep that cat from the Suzuki Jimny review? Unfortunately, guys, I have some terrible news regarding that cat. So basically what happened was we'd finished filming, we packed up all our stuff, and we started driving off, and we heard a terrible sound. And
It was the shrill of us not patting the cat goodbye before
yeah,
we left.
it was meowing really loudly because it was still in the back seat, so we had to let it be free.
It's there. That cat is just living its best
Do you know
life.
how annoying? Like, okay, I love the cat; it's really cute. But do you know how annoying it can be to get a cat from outside of the It's literally climbed into
Yeah.
the car, inside the panel of the car, and you're trying to get a stick and get it out of the car because you just want to go home
when you
after a
say
long day of
inside the
filming.
car, he's not talking about
I'm not
inside
talking
the
about the
cabin.
interior cabin. I'm talking about
It's under the paneling,
Yes.
sound deadening of the.
what car was it? Was it the EV3, EV5?
Might have been the EV5.
It was literally next to the electric motor.
Yeah,
I was losing it.
and it didn't want to get out.
No, it didn't want to get out. I mean, it was trying to get out, I think, at one point.
Cats just live their own lives, you know.
You can't stop a cat from catting, you know?
So we love that cat. But
Yeah.
God damn, can that cat be really
It's
annoying
really
sometimes.
annoying. Yeah, we do love that cat. We don't even know its name. You would be good doing a travel channel. We kind of do. With the amount of launches and stuff we travel to, it seems to be a common occurrence in our lives. What would be the best Chinese vehicle you've reviewed and why? Mate, that is so hard. I don't even know if I can answer that question because, to be honest, Chinese vehicles now cover such a wide gamut of the market that
Yeah.
I can't give you one favorite. It's like I could give you a favorite in a segment maybe,
Mm.
but I don't know.
The only
It's
thing that
too
comes to
many.
mind, immediately, so I'll just say it, is the Tank 300 diesel. And that's it.
You haven't driven that.
No, but it's
Fantastic
it's
car though.
I've driven that powertrain.
It makes so much
and the
sense
Tank
to get
300
that
makes
car.
sense.
It makes so much sense to get that as a diesel.
It was upgraded as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they fixed the braking,
Oh, the pitching,
the pitching from the brakes and
probably for the best.
and what else? There was another thing they fixed. The ADAS systems were much
Payload.
better. Payload as well. Much better.
I do take
Uh,
baby sips, by the way. It really annoys my fiance. She hates it. She's
Hmm?
like, Monique hates when I just do this. How do I?
I'm not gonna lie, this guy can guzzle some coke.
Mm.
You know? I don't know why you're baby sipping right now, but normally you don't.
I normally babysit. I
Really?
just do it really quickly.
You just do many baby
Yeah.
sips.
It makes it last longer.
Doesn't it give you more burps though?
I don't really burp from that. That's for sure.
I was about to beg to differ. Okay. Rate the Indonesian version of Yaris Cross. How could we possibly do that?
I love my
Yeah.
favorite part is the Bahasa Indonesia part, and whenever you open the door and it says "Selamat pagi," I just think, wow, that's such an autobus thing to say.
Salamat datang. I really enjoyed your review of the Mark 8.5 Fiesta ST.
If you love it so much,
Ended
why do
up-
you marry it?
Ended up buying one a few weeks back and loving it. Does Jacob's mum still have her one? She does.
It's an 8 though.
It's not the 8.5, it's the 8. And actually, we did a comparison, I believe. We included a
We
comparison.
included the video.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the
showing the
differences, yeah.
differences, but there are some minor differences, and yeah, she loves that thing. It's such a cool car. Like it's one of the last great front wheel drive hot hatches.
If you ever meet his mum, which is probably unlikely, but if you ever do, you'll know that that car suits her to a T.
It does. It's like the perfect car for her personality. You're going to talk about the Mahindra Vision designs they showcase in India.
No.
I think we already talked about that.
It's something else.
Have you guys heard what is happening with Chinese brands in Europe? In Spain, they're using old Spanish brands to sell their products with manufacturing in Europe to avoid tariffs, called EbroCheck.
I don't know, but
Ebro check.
like
I don't know.
Cherry are opening a factory in Europe to get around the tariffs.
The thing is, if there's a will, there's a way. And these companies are big enough and have enough resources that they're not going to let trade tariffs get in the way of their global expansion.
Yeah.
There are always ways to get around it. And it's just silly, to be honest. It's just silly. It just adds unnecessary cost to the consumer, who, at the end of the day, that's what it affects.
It's not like it's really helping Volkswagen or Mercedes.
No, it doesn't help any of these
anyway,
brands.
you know?
The brands need to help themselves. I'm sorry. If they want to improve their position in the market, they need to start releasing some really fantastic products. Would you recommend the Mazda CX-60? I drove it last week. It was not bad, as other reviewers have said.
Well,
I haven't driven the facelift.
It's been fixed 4 times. I would
in
hope
the
it
space
drives
of like
okay.
2 years. Like, what other car have you seen that's had so much intervention required? Like,
Yeah, if it
my
didn't
goodness.
drive like the premium car it's supposed to be, I would be very worried.
Mhm.
I am very worried for them, to be fair. But like, drive an original example that hasn't gone through the recalls and tell me how it drives.
Yep. What else do we have? Do you think removal of chrome from a lot of modern car designers lead to people criticizing them?
No,
I don't think people really notice that, to be honest. And still, some cars have a lot of chrome on them. Looking at the, I guess the Mitsubishi Outlander comes to mind. Melbourne is like Mad Max. I don't know what that means.
as in like it's like a
it's
free
crazy?
for all on the roads.
Like people like drinking petrol.
I think Sydney is more. I think Sydney drivers are more aggressive than Melbourne drivers.
100% they are. 100%. They are lunatics.
Yeah.
Like some of the suburbs that we've driven through in Sydney, you just see people going like 150. They don't even care.
I think Brisbane and or Queensland in general and South Australia are probably the chillest drivers I've come
They're
across.
chill, but they're also quite incompetent, I think. So I think
Sorry if you're from there.
that's just my experience
Doesn't mean it's
driving in those
Jack
areas.
is from Brisbane, so he's
I'm from Brizzy, yeah, and I think the drivers are bad in Brisbane. That's the reality. I think they're just clueless.
But in Melbourne, everyone drives perfectly,
it's because we had to learn hook turns.
and I won't hear a word against
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Because in Melbourne, everyone's properly caffeinated. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
you get it. You get it. Good coffee, better driving. Speaking of how great Victoria is, how'd you guys go in the state of origin? I'm pretty sure state of origin is Queensland versus New South Wales.
But also,
What does that
we
even
follow
mean?
AFL. I don't know what you're talking about. I actually don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm so confused.
You could be wrong.
No, it's always between Queensland and New South Wales.
Okay, well then
I think
you're
it's
wrong.
I think it's a troll
That's a troll comment.
troll question.
Anthony,
you need to calm down.
you are spoiling us, my man.
You're a legend.
May I call you bougie? Because you're very bougie at the moment. Just because no one else is supporting the show.
I don't want your pity money.
Don't say that.
Don't give us your
Okay.
pity money.
Don't say that, Anthony. But I will take your pity money. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you a big love.
Mhm. Give him another love. Oh yeah.
Excuse me, I need a moment, but I will give it
Matt takes baby sips. I guess we've caught up to that. Picked up my dark horse earlier this year. Oh, you
to you.
lucky
Let me
son
guess.
of
You want to play
gun.
with magic? Boy, you should know what you're looking for. Hello, Billy boy. My son is here. Let me give my son a bit of love. Hang on.
Lift him up. Show him to the world. Show him to the world. Guys, I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Oh yeah, Dark Horse, fantastic car. Lucky you. They sold out so quickly. So cool.
That's so good after you.
Do you think V8s will ever come
Wash.
back? Unfortunately, I really don't think they will. Oh, he's such a good boy. Hello. Hello.
He's just so good.
He
You
is
know-
actually one of, like, arguably one of the best dogs, you know?
Just the nicest, chillest,
Yeah.
coolest dog in the world.
Mhm.
Except he doesn't like cars. So that's where we
I don't know.
we fight.
I don't know a dog that doesn't like cars. They all try to run after them. It's probably good that he doesn't like cars. On your car review, can you please add a section about how long do FEV and EV batteries last, and how much does a replacement cost? Because can't DIY EV batteries. I don't know if it's so easy to like categorically provide that information, because you know a lot of these battery manufacturers provide like 8-year warranties, or they have some kind of guarantee over battery degradation. But it's hard to say how long the battery will actually last in the real world. What car do you each own personally?
Oh no.
Well, Matt owns a couple. I literally do not own a car anymore. I only drive press cars at the moment, which is so good. It's just great. It's just a good situation, you know.
Yeah, the Jimny.
Mm-hmm.
And
You have the Jimny, and you still have the I mean, technically, you have the Chairman. Still,
I do have the Chairman. I don't even.
Old
Dad
school.
has that now.
Yeah.
And then I've
What else
got
have you got?
another car on the way.
You sold the Jack.
Sold the Jack. Sold the S660. Sold. So that car is now gone. But yeah,
There's another one on the way.
there's one on the way. So stay tuned.
Potentially two on the way. Actually, potentially two.
I don't know what the other one is. You have to tell me off camera.
I'll tell you in notes right now. So one is this. The other one is that.
Ah, yeah, true.
Yeah,
Forgot about that
how
one.
could you forget
I
about
did
that?
forget about that one.
Yeah.
Good boy, buddy.
New channel, Dog Source. You guys should have a dog channel. I mean, it would probably just be one video. Then I'd be like, I'm out of content.
Yeah.
You know?
You
Like,
know,
what more can you do?
and the issue is you get sometimes you get lucky and you have a great dog, and sometimes you get unlucky and you have
Yeah.
a bad dog. And
Exactly.
I would hate that. So yeah.
And how do you do dog reviews? How do you do dog reviews? And then what if you get emotionally attached to and you have to return it after a week? I don't know how that would work. You know,
I literally couldn't.
do you boys think we are moving into a world of disposable cars versus historically having cars that are meant to last for 15 years plus? 100%. Unless they can make electric vehicles more repairable, but now with the rate of change and improvement, it's going to be like a phone. You know, like back when do you not agree? Back when phones
don't
were
100%
rapidly
agree.
improving, you would need to change it every 2 years because the rate of obsolescence was so fast. I think it's probably going to become the case with EVs.
I agree with obsolescence. However, I think it'll be easier because it, to an extent, a battery in an electric motor is actually really not that complicated. I think that at some point we might be able to go onto like AliExpress and purchase a solid state battery and put it into your car. From 10 years ago.
Really?
I do believe that because
Oh,
batteries you can
man.
easily swap out, but you can't.
What about all the
But the wiring and
apartment
stuff
car
you
park
can't.
fires from AliExpress batteries?
Oh, I'm just saying, I don't think it's, I think that yes, the technology will get outdated very, very quickly, but and we've seen that. But
They still haven't solved solid state batteries though.
well,
I don't know
it
who's
could be
close.
anything. It could be better density batteries,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're just cylinders, or they could be blades. Imagine BYD blade. You can pull out the individual blades.
Yeah.
What's stopping you? What's stopping? Maybe not you.
From repairability,
That's dangerous. But
Yeah.
what's stopping someone else from opening up that battery who's trained and replacing the blades with something with double the density in 10 years' time? That's all I'm saying.
I just think the risk factor is a lot higher with batteries, with high voltage batteries.
Yeah, but what if they're safe and legitimate?
Sure.
That's all I'm
You
saying.
never know.
But
I think because obviously the technology isn't just going to move forward with cars; it's also going to move forward with repairability and the ability to replace batteries and stuff like that. So who knows? Yeah, maybe you'll be able to keep your EV for 15 years and just do a battery change halfway.
It's too new to
yeah,
actually have
possible.
any idea. Let's be honest.
What's it like being the new male models and part-time comedians of the auto industry?
It's hard. It's hard.
Look, I know I'm one of those things.
It's really hard. All right.
It's
But
look,
you got to do what you got to do.
I tell you what the hardest part is, and it's all and I tell you it's the objectification of the female gaze, and It's not easy to get used to that, to be honest. I'm not used to being looked at like a piece of meat.
It's a hard one.
You know,
It's a tough,
hashtag meat.
it's a tough one.
Yeah, Fist Me doesn't work with dog reviews. They look at you weirdly.
Willie loves it.
I'm not fisting you anymore. Any SUV behind RAV4 and CRV you guys would recommend? Besides, I think we're gonna wrap up soon.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of tired. Getting kind of tired. Just because I was trying to think of SUVs for a second, and
Any
I
SUV.
came up
Depends
with
how much you
nothing.
want to spend. Just do a Chinese one. Just get cheap.
Nissan Ariya, solid choice.
Hey,
I'm
you
sorry.
got me. I was like, what?
That was
You have to change the review.
no. I don't think that. Any SUV beside RAV4 and CRV.
Well, in that category, you have a H7.
Mm.
I like that. Not as efficient, but it's pretty cool.
Kia Sportage.
Kia Sportage, 100%. Hyundai Tucson, in the same
Mhm.
vein as that. It's probably
There's so many good options in that category. It's such a hard
CX-5
category.
is like okay, but it's just the engine is just not good.
Oh my god, Edward Cobley.
Not again.
Oh my goodness, we can't stop now.
Oh no.
That was a voice crack. $14.99. I'm loving the precision of your donations.
That makes me think you've donated $15, which actually makes me like you even more.
Exactly.
So you've done a
Exactly.
good job there.
If you could only we got to answer this. If you could only drive one car for the rest of your life, past, present, or future, and this will be one of the last questions, by the way, guys. What would that car be? Past,
That's a
present.
tough one.
Jesus,
It's a really tough
I feel like that's at least a $15 question, mate.
yeah.
God, drive one car for the rest of your life, past, present, or future. What would it be and why? God, I'll tell you. This is going to be a dumb answer. It's going to be a joke answer, but I'll probably think of a real answer in the meantime. But I'm going to say DeLorean because it can be the past, present, and the future. That's so dumb. How about?
Oh God, this is
I
a tough
really,
one.
I would really love to drive.
But also think
Um,
about repairability and like reliability.
Okay, I don't think he's talking about owning. I think he's literally talking about driving. Also, sorry, no. If you could only drive one car for the rest of your life, okay.
I'm going to assume that as
Oh,
you have
man.
one car, literally to the day you die, and it got to suit every aspect of your life, every aspect.
Porsche 911
What happens when you have kids?
doesn't matter.
You can't put them anywhere.
Someone else's problem.
So,
Sorry, don't have space.
like, yes, that's a dream car, but like, I'm going to give it more.
If it's for the rest of my life, bro, the kids will grow up, and I'll be with a crappy big car once they grow up and move out, and then I'll be sad.
What happens when you need to move house? I don't know, man.
Mate,
I
if-
like.
I will get removal. I will organize my life around that car. You know what I mean?
What? Okay, and assuming that you and your partner can't have any other car.
No, he didn't say that.
But, okay,
I can only drive one car. Therefore, I'm driving the 911. Any kid transportation duties involving more than one kid will have to be done by the other partner.
I was going to say Porsche as well. I'll probably do some sort of Porsche Cayenne. Honestly. Do like a really nice Porsche Cayenne. Because maybe it like go even
GTS
like
or something,
yeah, just go for like
or a turbo.
what's
they
that?
do a
What?
Cayenne? No.
This is a Turbo GT. That's it.
Turbo GT,
Yeah, which is
Cayenne
like-
Turbo GT.
yeah. You know what? I'll do that because
That's cool.
that's literally a
track
jack
weapon.
of all trades.
It might be pretty uncomfortable though. Whereas a 911 is like comfortable. You know,
911. The cool thing about 911
Comfortable.
is you just feel like such a boss driver.
it's just cool, man. It's
a
just
really
cool.
car. It's definitely my dream car. If I ever make billions of dollars, definitely buy a base model Porsche
I would love
911.
just honestly, I'd be so happy with a base model Porsche 911. Just putting it out there, you know.
Yeah.
I would be so happy.
Interesting, we both go for Porsches. The reason we both go for Porsche is because they are hands down the best engineered
Bro,
to drive.
I'll
cars.
tell you, to me, Porsche is the Rolex of cars. And I think if you guys are watch people and you like
Probably agree.
watches, I think like you cannot be a watch person without appreciating Rolex. I don't think you can be a car person without appreciating Porsche.
Mm.
And I think the reason why is because they make a product for everyone.
Yeah.
And they make it at the highest level that you need. Obviously, yes, a Rolex you can get for say 20 grand or 10 grand or whatever. You can get $100,000 Swiss watches that are going to be slightly nicer. But the Rolex is everything you'll ever need for your whole life.
Someone just commented, and actually I'm going to change my answer as a result. The M3 wagon.
M3 Touring.
You're right. M3
Yeah.
Touring. Actually, you're right. That is a car that you could do everything with in your life.
Yeah.
And it's not too complicated that you couldn't fix it. And the S58 engine is one of the most reliable
Yeah.
inline 6-cylinders ever made.
I just thought of the Panamera Turbo.
Panamera is one of those oddballs. It's like
It's kinda cool,
it's like
right?
the Explorer watch of
Hey,
Rolex.
I like Explorers.
I like the Panamera as well, but it's a bit of an oddball. But yeah, actually, I'm changing my answer. M3 Touring. You're right.
M3 Touring is cool.
I mean, if I had the money, M5 Touring, because why not? Except that is a plug-in hybrid. It's a bit more complicated, but and that battery would degrade. No, I'm sticking with M3 Touring. Less complicated.
See, Billy, the Porsche Taycan would be cool, and I've driven the new Audi RS e-tron GT, and it's a phenomenal car. It's actually alien how that thing drives. But to me, I just don't feel that emotional connection with an EV, with an electric car. I just don't. I don't feel the same intangible beauty of the car that you do get with a combustion engine car like a Porsche 911. It's not a logical answer, but I don't feel that way about a Porsche Taycan.
I'm going to answer 2 more questions, and they're from the 2 biggest contributors, so thank you guys very much. But thoughts on EVs paying a road tax to compensate the downfall in fuel excise? I don't see why that's unreasonable. If there's a tax in fuel for roads, why can't the same tax, I'm not saying more, I'm just saying like why can't the same kind of tax be attributed to EVs? Apart from if you want to go down the argument of, well, EVs are better for the environment and therefore that's what saves the world. But also at the same time, EVs break even only after a certain point of a car's life. So anyway, I whether it's controversial or not, I don't really care. But yes, I don't disagree. And I drive EVs as well, so I don't mind that. And then this isn't even a question, even better. So Edward, yours is the E-Series M3, unreliable but fun. You're not wrong.
That's such a cool car.
Or the E46.
Yeah, E46 is the classic, I think, right?
Don't they have the Vanos issue or something? I don't even know. But yeah, that is like a classic.
Yeah.
And with that, guys, thank you.
Thank you. I think we definitely have to do this more often.
It's a lot of people.
It's really good. It's really good just to kind of catch up and chat and sit here and talk to you guys. And I hope you enjoyed. And we'll do it again soon. Can't give you an actual date because
the hardest part is sitting down together and doing it.
Yeah, we're always sitting down together. It's never a good time for a live stream, so we just kind of have to make it happen, or else it will never happen. So thanks for joining us. We will see you in the next one.
And subscribe to Tech
We love you.
Source.
Go to Tech Source, check it out. We've got some cool reviews. Goodbye.
And some cool videos coming too.
Hell yeah.
Bye.